Good snap, the hold, the kick is up, the kick is good!
Will be a swing by Kramer, kept alive by Jalbert. Lucas with the attack off the side of the block for the kill.
Gazette, he looks to go off guard, tucks back inside to the A gap, and he gets in for the touchdown.
Harrington, angle, off a touch, diving, Dunbar, holy cats, wow!
Starcevic in the shotgun, play action, looking for a man, has him down the field to his brother Starcevic for the touchdown. It's 31 yards. Jake.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School football. There's really just 3 seasons in the state of North Dakota: construction, winter, and football, and we are 30 minutes away from kicking things off in the state of North Dakota for high school football. Down in the Cass County region, it is Central Cass playing host to Devils Lake, a cross-class matchup between the 2A Devils Lake Firebirds and the single-A Central Cass Squirrels. I'm Dan Gunderson, going to be broadcasting tonight from Castleton, North Dakota. I'll be joined by my cameraman, Reggie Funk, and bringing you what is going to be a pretty exciting football game. Central Cass coming in already in the preseason, ranked 3rd in state in all of Class A, while Devils Lake enters looking to reset after a disappointing 2023 season and what looks to be a wide open Class 2A across the state of North Dakota, and starting things out down in Central Cass, a soon-to-be Class 2A team. A lot of things to get to on our pre-game show. We will have your starting lineups. We'll talk a little bit about the predictions of how we feel this game is going to go. And, of course, we are going to hear from both head coaches tonight. We'll take our first break of the pre-game show. When we do come back, we will hear from the head coach of the Devils Lake Firebirds, Todd Lambrick. You are watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Back here on the Your Live Event pregame show, Dan Gunderson with the head coach of the Devils Lake football team, Todd Lambrick. Thank you, Coach, for joining us as you and your team prepare for tonight's game against Central Cass. And I want to start by asking you, how have your athletes responded to the long extended practice weeks? Obviously preseason, so it's probably a week or two longer. How have they responded? Are they ready to go? Are they just chomping at the bit, ready to hit somebody else beside themselves at this point?
Yeah, it usually gets to that about this time of the year. They get tired of beating up on each other. It's been long because we started school. I mean, teachers had to come back to school earlier than normal. And so we had to go from like some 4 to 8 times. So that gets a bit long, but the guys, they had good energy. They stayed positive. They came out to practice every day looking to get better. So it was nice to see. Got a good bunch of seniors leading these guys, and the younger guys picked up. So it was really good.
You got a fresh group of seniors all the way down to freshmen. It's a new look. It's an exciting start. Why don't you tell us, Coach, a little bit about your offense? We'll start there and who we should be looking for in tonight's game, some names that may stand out, or maybe some position groups that you're excited to see hit the field.
We graduated some good wide receivers last year, but we got a couple guys stepping in, Weston Nelson, and Oliver Worth, Kobe Lone Druvitt, Jordan Lovett. They're all three really good wide receivers. I'm excited to see them. We got Mason Palmer as a quarterback. He's pretty good. He throws the ball with good accuracy, good velocity, and he's that leader in the huddle, leader on the field. He knows what he's going to do. He knows what he's supposed to do. And the guys really, they take to him because he gets them there in the right good positions, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that trio, those guys work together. Running back world, I'm kind of excited to see. All right, we got a new running back this year, Briar Exner, and I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Defensively, I can ask the same question: names or position groups that we should be excited for, or maybe some things that you think are going to go better, whether it's to the pass coverage, pass rush, run defense. Talk a little bit about the defense.
Well, our defense, we got a lot of guys coming back, guys that got some good experience last year. So I'm kind of excited to see our front guys and see how they do. Inside linebacker world, Kate Fee stepping up as our Mike linebacker. We got a couple guys that are vying for that Will linebacker spot. Brody Forsberg, who's a senior, came back out again, and he's a good add-on for us. Our secondary, Oliver Worth's one of our safeties, and just experience wise, we got a few guys that are experienced, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how our front seven, our main seven interior guys can handle, because Central Cass, they got some big guys up front. They got some experience, and I mean big guys. So it'll be a challenge for our interior seven to see if we can get any pressure on the quarterback or even slow up their run. It'd be a good challenge, especially first game of the year.
I think one thing a lot of people are going to look at is the class difference, which basically means nothing at this point. Central Cass is moving up to 2A anyways. So what does this mean for you? Obviously, you're going to play more 2A teams as the season goes along, but how do you look at this from that standpoint? Two different classes coming together. I know Central Cass has a lot of depth, a lot of talent, but maybe just your thoughts on the two different classes coming together and playing in the season opener.
I don't think about it as two different classes. I think about it as two teams playing each other. Central Cass is a great tradition. They're a good quality football team. They've always had good players, and it's one of those games where I love playing them right away. I don't see it as a two-class system or two teams from two different classes playing when you have this caliber of a team playing, and how good they are. So I have never touted once this week about them being in a lower class, because to me that doesn't make a difference. You still got to play on Fridays. It's a game, and we need to go out and fly around and just have some fun and see how it ends.
If we're to talk at the end of the game and you guys come out victorious, what is the one thing or maybe a couple things that Devils Lake has executed on that you feel are going to lead you to victory?
Well, as always, we have to establish line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And if we can do that and get some movement, create some holes where a running back can get through, or some time where a quarterback can throw the ball, and up front defensively, I mean, it's our three guys taking care of them. It's that where if we can come out and excel in that area and do well in that area, we'll have really good success. And that's what I would like to say at the end of the game.
Well, it should be a fun one tonight. Like you said, really class system's not important in this aspect. Central Cass, phenomenal team. Rankings came out earlier this week. They're third in state in their class. You guys are receiving votes in 2A, and 2A is going to be a very wide open season this year. So this will be a good kind of barometer for you guys as you come out. Coach, appreciate you taking some time to spend with us and catch us up on the pregame show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Todd Lambrick, the head coach of Devils Lake. More from the Your Live Event pregame show when we come back. You're watching North Dakota High School football on Your Live Event.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Back here on the Your Live event pregame show, Dan Gunderson from Central Cass High School. The Squirrels have entered the football field, a new team coming out, and we'll hear from head coach Tommy Butler shortly here in the pregame show. Just got to hear from the head coach Tom Lambrick of the Devils Lake Firebirds. 3-6 last year was Devils Lake, 0-6 in conference play. However, a couple key players returning this year. Key among them, in fact, is Mason Palmer. The quarterback as a sophomore last year threw for 2,223 yards and 25 touchdowns. A majority of those going to Drew Hofstad, who caught 71 passes for 884 yards and 11 TDs last year. That'll be something to watch. How do they replace that production on the outside in the wide-out position? Defensively, Tracer Tollefson, 3 sacks in 4 games last year. He'll be one of the starting defensive ends for this team. He'll also be starting left tackle on the offensive side of the ball, but that defense will be paramount for Devils Lake in tonight's game. He's going to be looked upon to replace Brett Mertens in his 3 sacks that he had in 5 games last year. So those are the 2 players that we are watching for in tonight's game for Devils Lake. In regards to Central Cass, well, we're going to hear from Coach Butler here in a moment. We'll take a break. You're watching North Dakota High School football on Your Live event.
Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Dan Gunderson for Your Live event, now joined on the pregame show with Tommy Butler, the head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. Coach, first game of the season always comes with some excitement, anticipation, that fresh start. You've been a couple weeks into this with the practicing and getting to know this version of Central Cass. What has been your take so far with your team? What have you noticed? What do you feel like they've been really excelling at this year as you build up to the first game against Devils Lake?
Well, I think first, this is an experienced group. We have a lot of kids that have played a lot. So we graduated a ton, but because of the past years where we've had some games where kids have gotten in, we've gotten a lot of kids in. We have a lot of guys that have played some meaningful snaps. So that was first. And then the second thing is, I think we've really kind of bonded well together. We have a new offensive coordinator in Riley Iverson. He's got new little, he's got his own wrinkles, got his new stuff that, fits in with what we're doing. And the kids have really bought in to what he's preaching, what he's selling. So, I think our biggest thing as a staff is, we're just excited to watch these kids perform. We've been, I've been going at it for 9 practices, 10 practices. So we're ready to watch them perform in front of everybody else and against a good opponent in Devil's Lake.
Offensively, new coordinator. Let's start there. This is always something that people will be looking for. What's going to change about the offense? Who are some names specifically that we should be looking for on offense as you get new pieces coming in to start the season?
Yeah, so Coach, I mean, we're gonna do some of the same stuff we've always been doing. We have we've always had a lot of athletes. The past probably almost 10 years now where we've had if not one, we've had more than one, really good athlete. Where this year, I think we have, we probably are going to roll about 8 to 9 deep at receiver. Offensive line wise, same type of thing. You'll see more of that on the D line wise, but we'll roll about 8, 9 deep on the D line. Offensively, we are a spread team, but we have a really big offensive line. Or I shouldn't say they're really big; they're really fast. We'll probably average around 220. We have a right tackle right now. Has got an offer to UND, Aiden Wunderlich, who's only a junior. But the rest of those guys are not. I mean, it's not like he's a one-man show over there. We have a lot of other guys that, again, I think 4/5 of that O-line is back from last year. So we're going to try to get the ball out fast. We're going to try to use our run game as best we can. People think that we're a pass team first, but we really want to run the ball. But we're just going to take what the defense gives us. I think we have a new starting quarterback in Brody Kegley, who's only a sophomore, but again has played a ton of snaps, played every rep in the JV games last year. Very, very smart, very instinctual, understands our concepts. Again, we're pretty limited on our concepts right now, so we don't ask him to do a ton, but the stuff that we do ask him, he's very good at making decisions and getting the ball out of his hand quickly. At running back, we have we'll probably roll about 3 deep with Colton Crochet and Caden Graber. Aiden Thummel will mix in there. Drew Urbach's come back from a torn ACL. He probably won't play this week, but he'll be back soon. And then, like I said, our receivers this is probably the deepest receiving group that we have so far. And like I said, I think you'll probably see about 8 different guys that will come in out there that are going to play.
That's a heck of a luxury for a team that can run 8 to 9 deep at a wide receiver position. Do we expect then on the defensive side of the ball a similar process when it comes to maybe the defensive back area, or where is maybe most of the depth going to be defensively?
Yeah, so most of our depth defensively is in our D line. Again, I think our D line I'm assuming with it being a little hotter, our goal is can we play 10 guys? Can we get 10 different D linemen to come in throughout the game? Obviously, we have like our first 7 to 8 guys are really, really talented. That next group that comes in though is not, we're not sitting there panicking if those guys come in. That's obviously, again, there's a reason why there's a depth chart, but I would say our first 9 to 10 guys are relatively comparable. At linebacker, we're not quite as deep there. DB wise, again, like you said, that's where you see kind of that transition from our receivers. We'll play a bunch there. But yeah, our D line is probably our deepest group when it comes to guys that are very viable that will play.
You're going up a class, so to speak, and playing a 2A school in Devil's Lake. What challenges do playing a higher class school pose when it comes to Central Cache, who is still Class A?
I think the biggest thing is they have some huge guys up front. They're going to be much bigger than we are. But I think the thing I said this when I was coaching at Fargo South 10 years ago. The difference between each class is it's not your top end guys. There's top end guys at our level that could play all the way up at the AAA level. It's that next tier kid. So to me, it's can our second, third deep guy, when he comes in, is there a massive drop off? And that's usually what you see when you go from class to class. It's at the AAA level, their number twos could start for our teams. So can our number twos or can our backup guys that are kind of those role players, can those guys contend with what Devils Lake has? And I think we do. I think obviously we're going to go up a class next year. But I really do have a lot of confidence in our guys that this is the type of competition we want, especially in a week 1 game. You're going to see some high level competition from this group who was, I think they were 3-6 last year, but they lost to the state champs by, I think, 2 or 3 scores, lost to Central by 2 in the last game of the year, who played for a state championship. So they're definitely a good team. So we're looking forward to that opportunity to play a good team like that.
We're talking at the end of this game, Coach, and we're talking about a Central Cast victory. What do you believe your squad has executed on against Devils Lake in order to get that victory? Try to do a little bit of a future layout. And I know you don't want to try to predict the future, but if you were to say, hey, as a team, we executed in this area, and that's the reason we got the victory, what in your mind is that area that they're executing in?
I would say on the offensive side, our big thing is, can we get the ball? How do we get the ball to the perimeter? They're probably, they've shown in years past, they're going to play some version of a 5-2 front. Some people call it a 3-4, but they're going to have 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. They'll keep their 2 backers in the box. They'll mix it up a little bit. They'll sometimes get into a 4-3, but they're going to try to take away your run game and make you try to get the ball out wide. And our thing will be, can we do that? Can we hit on shot plays? If we can hit on some shot plays, get the ball out wide, and then try to hit a couple creases in our run game, I think we'll be successful on the offensive side. Defensively, they have a really good quarterback that's coming back, who was only a sophomore last year, who I think will probably take a big step up. Pretty athletic kid, but can make all the throws. They have a big, thick running back coming back. So I got to imagine they're going to try to pound the ball a little bit, hit some play action. So can we take away their run game, make them one-dimensional, get them into 3rd and longs? And then, I think when we can get teams to 3rd and long, we're pretty dynamic on the defensive side. We have some pretty elaborate schemes that will come with. So, but again, that's a hard thing to do. We were good at that for a while last year until we got into that quarterfinal loss against Langdon. We couldn't get them to 3rd and long. So, we didn't get to use that stuff to our advantage. So that'll be our big thing. Can we get them to 3rd and long and stop their run game? I think that'll be our big key defensively.
Been a few weeks of practice, and now we are finally here. It is game day for you, Coach, and I got to believe that all that anticipation, all the preparation finally coming to fruition just gets you goosebumps and gets you going. So I want to thank you for taking time on the Your Live Event pregame show, for sitting down with us and talking a little football, and good luck tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Tommy Butler, head coach of the Central Cast Squirrels. More to come here on the Your Live Event pregame show for the Central Cast Devils Lake football game.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cast Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cast High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cast Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Dan Gunnarsson, Reggie Funk with you on tonight's opening broadcast of your live events high school football season with Class A Central Cass and Class 2A Devils Lake tangling in what is many kickoffs throughout the region of North Dakota. We also have some fantastic matchups on your live event, many of which we will be highlighting throughout this broadcast. We're focusing tonight, of course, on Central Cass and Devils Lake. Talked a little bit about Devils Lake in our pregame show, a couple names to watch for on there. And on Central Cass's side, a lot of attention is going to be on Brody Kegley. He is the new quarterback for this Squirrels program coming out this year. Brody is a sophomore, 5'11", 155 pounds, and a lot is going to be put on his shoulders as the starting quarterback for the Squirrels. And talking with Coach Butler, a little bit of pregame down on the field, I got a sense that things are going to move pretty quickly with them this year. Wouldn't be surprised if they broke out some no huddle. Wouldn't be surprised if they went really hurry up offense to keep the defense off their toes. A lot of size last year. Devils Lake has a ton up on the front line, so trying to attack them on the perimeter will be a key for the Squirrels if they are going to look to beat Devils Lake tonight. Central Cass last year, by the way, a phenomenal year for them. Went 8-3 overall, 6-1 in conference play. Lost in the Class A quarterfinals to Langdon 26-14, and that success was not lost on the pollsters to kick things off this year. Ranked number 4 in the inaugural Division A or Class A football poll, with Langdon Area Munich, the team that beat them last year in the playoffs, ranked at 3rd or tied for 3rd, so you could probably put Central Cass in there as well. Velvet Drake, Animus Garrison, they are ranked 2nd. And, of course, right now with 7 first-place votes, it is Kindred at number 1. Shiloh Christian, Dickinson Trinity also at the back end. Dickinson Trinity tied for 5th actually got a first-place vote as well. We are just about 5 minutes or so away from kickoff here at Central Cass High School and the Farmers Union Field. We will take our final break of the pregame show. When we come back, it'll be starting lineups and the kickoff from Central Cass. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Say goodbye to boring birthday parties and corporate events and say hello to a supercharged celebration at the Empire Sports Complex in Fargo with their epic bounce houses that's guaranteed to have your guests jumping for joy at the Empire Sports Complex. Their bounce houses are the ultimate party starter, but don't wait too long to book. Go online now to empirefargo.org. That's empirefargo.org, or call 701-318-4161 for your next birthday party or corporate event. The Empire Sports Complex in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
What a beautiful Friday evening, and what a great way to kick off the North Dakota High School football season on your live event with a Class A, Class 2A matchup between the Devils Lake Firebirds and the Central Cass Squirrels. Dan Gunnarsson, Reggie Funk, excited to bring you this matchup tonight from Castleton, North Dakota at Farmers Union Field. The Central Cass Squirrels, a number 4 ranked team in all of Class A, playing host to the 2A Devils Lake Firebirds. Devils Lake, of course, last year could not get a victory in the conference year. Ended up winning 3 games overall, but are staring at a future conference opponent in Central Cass as they, the Squirrels that is, will be moving up to the Class 2A area next season. Central Cass introducing the defense first, so we will look at them on the depth chart. We start at end, wearing number 51, Olivia Jr., 6'2", 210, Trevon Quam. Starting at a nose tackle, wearing number 74, a 6'3", 280-pound junior, Evan Wurzema. Starting at another tackle, wearing number 52, a 6 foot, 215-pound senior, Braden Klein. Starting at a end position, wearing number 55, will be a 6'2", 250-pound senior in Brady Plants. Starting at a star linebacker position, wearing number 12, will be a 5'10", 175-pound junior in Colton Cruchette. The defensive secondary will look like this, starting at free safety, wearing number 1, a 6'2", 190-pound senior, Jake Thompson. Wearing number 13, starting at corner, will be the 5'9", 140-pound sophomore Keaton Link, or I should say Grady Link. Pardon me, that is Keaton Link. Starting at another corner position will be Nick Dutt. He'll be wearing number 24. He's a 5'9", 170-pound senior. The other safety in the secondary will be wearing number 17, a 5'11", 190-pound senior, Cale Pearson. Two other linebackers. The middle linebacker will be Caden Graber, wearing number 34, a 5'10", 190-pound senior, along with Colton Stahl, the weak outside linebacker, wearing number 54. Colson coming in at 6'1", 190 pounds, and a senior. Devils Lake did not introduce their offense or defense, but for the sake of just kind of keeping everything in line, we're going to just go through their defense when they hit the field as well, or I should say before they get to the kickoff. At our defensive end, wearing number 51, a senior, Tracy Tollefson. Nose guard will be number 90, Jalon St. Clair. Defensive tackle, wearing number 58, a senior, Stetson Trottier. Jackson Strong will be one of the outside linebackers, wearing number 18. He's a junior. Brody Forsberg, another linebacker, a senior. He'll be wearing number 33. Cade Fee, the junior, wearing number 6. Another linebacker, and the other outside linebacker for this 3-4 defense will be number 40, Riley Johnson, or I should say Johannesson. He is a senior. The secondary, Oliver Worth, a strong safety, wearing number 87. He's a senior. Number 4, free safety, Weston Nelson. Cody Dronin, the junior, wearing number 8, will be the corner, and Will Heilman, a sophomore, wearing number 5, will be the other corner. To kick off for Devils Lake, it will be Briar Exner, and he tees it up at the 40, and we are underway. Ball is scooped up by Cale Pearson. He comes up towards the near sideline, breaks through a couple tackles before he is finally ridden down. Oh, he's carrying Firebirds all the way out to the Central Cass 40-yard line. First there to meet him was Rylan Samuelson. Took a host of Firebirds to take him down, and now Central Cass offense will take the field. They'll be led by Brody Kegley, a sophomore, 5'11", 155-pound quarterback. First start for him at the varsity level. And what a great opportunity he has in front of him. Just an outstanding squad, a ton of depth for a Class A school does Central Cass have. We'll get to highlight some of that offense as we go through here tonight. But he will start under center and then back away. So they will go 5 wide, will Central Cass right away. They'll put a man in motion. That is Garmin, and he'll take the snap. Will Kegley, he'll look to his right, throw it out to his right. There's Garmin, who is on the move. Ball is underthrown. No flag there on the coverage. For Devils Lake was Oliver Worth. Well, let's get to the rest of those wideouts. We talked about Garmin. He is a 5'10 senior. We'll also hear from Jake Thompson. He's a 6'2", 190-pound senior. Cale Pearson. He is a 5'11", 190-pound senior as well, as Kegley swings it out to the left side. It is picked up by Cruchet, who kicks up a couple blocks, is dumped outside of the 45 to the 47-yard line. A gain of 8 on the pass. Might have been a run. Could have been thrown behind him. Either way, it is 3rd and 2 for Central Cass, and here we go right away. Flying up to the line quickly. Trip set to the left. Pistol formation. Kegley drops back, has great protection. He throws it out to his left, and wide open with the catch is Jake Thompson. He cuts inside, gets a block to the 20, to the 15, and he is gone for a Squirrels touchdown. "53 yards on the pitch and catch, with Kegley finding Thompson wide open just under 3 minutes, or I should say 2 minutes into the season, and Central Cass with a big touchdown to open up the scoring.
Squirrels fans, if you remember, we throw out t-shirts, so who's ready?
On for the extra point will be Dylan Schmidt. Dylan, a 5'6", 155-pound senior with Thompson. Not only does he catch touchdowns, he's going to have to scoop that low snap. No success on that one as it is gathered in by Will Heilman. And the extra point attempt is no good. But the touchdown is 6-0 Squirrels early on here on our Bank North scoreboard. We're going to keep it right here as we will give a shout out to our Bank North scoreboard. Good sportsmanship is a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game. For Bank North, it is achieved by helping our customers pursue their dreams and financial goals, while supporting and improving our great rural communities. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Well, 53 yards to open up the scoring, with Keegley finding Thompson. We talked about how this offense was going to go, a 3rd and 2 on that down and distance as well. Didn't need 53 yards. They got 53 yards. And the Squirrels will kick off. It's Schmidt from the 40, a line drive kick, and this one is going to take a Devil's Lake bounce. Heads up play on the outside by Kobe Levitt. So that one goes out of bounds. It's going to be a legal procedure, and Devils Lake will get to start from the Central Cal, I should say their own 35-yard line. And for Central Cass, a little bit of a different scenario at quarterback for them tonight. With Devils Lake. With Central Cass, they're starting new. With Devils Lake, it is an old and familiar name in quarterback Mason Palmer. The junior threw for over 2,200 yards last year, 2,223 to be exact. And he'll start things out in the shotgun formation, and then we're going to get a false start on the right side for Devils Lake. That appeared to be either right tackle Cameron Lindy or right guard Brennan Wayman. I'm going to say it was Lindy, although you've got Tracer Tollefson slamming his helmet as well. That's 3 of your offensive linemen. The other 2 will be left guard Braxton Rance and center Casey Brown. Tollefson playing left tackle for that. They send him back 5 yards, and it will set up a 1st and 15 from the 30. Joining Palmer in the backfield is Briar Exner, a junior as well, as he'll take the handoff over the right side, and he is gobbled up by a host of Squirrels. Gain of a yard out to the 31 and a 2nd and 9. The other skill positions, we'll have Oliver Worth at wide receiver. He'll be joined by Weston Nelson. Cade Fee, wearing number 6, will be one of your wings. And then Riley Johannesson will be a tight end for Devils Lake. As Palmer gets them all set, single back formation with Fee. Segmented off, it'll be a play action. From the blind side comes the Squirrels pressure. Palmer looking, and he dumps it off. Nice catch right in front of the Devils Lake sideline by Nelson. Gains about 9 on the play up to the 40-yard line. And then because he went out of bounds, the clock stops, so it'll set up a 3rd and 5. The pressure there on the outside put on by Brady Plants. Brady, the 6'2", 250-pound senior, came from the backside to flush Palmer out as he rolled to his right. Palmer, seasoned quarterback, kept his cool, completed the pass, and gives Devils Lake a chance here on 3rd and 5. Nelson in motion, and we're going to have another false start on Devils Lake. This one is on Tollefson. That is the 2nd time that we have seen Central Cass make some shifts on the front line of their defense, causing the Devils Lake offense to stutter. And it is a frustration for Coach Lambrecht and Devils Lake. As he takes off his headset on the far sideline, kicks the artificial turf, hands on hips, hoping that his junior quarterback can again save them and make up the down and distance, which is 3rd and 10 with 8:58 to go in this first quarter. 6-0. Your score. Palmer takes it, bobbles the snap. It's going to be a wide receiver screen. Almost taken down right away on the catch was Oliver Worth, but he grinds through tackles and gets 11 yards on the 3rd and 10 up to the 46-yard line. Phenomenal effort by the senior, Oliver Worth, listed at 6'6", 210 pounds. That was something that head coach Tommy Butler was a little bit nervous about, was the size on the outside. Not a ton of speed coming out of that, but he's got a lot of strength. Could have been taken down on that tunnel screen, bubble screen, whatever you want to call it. Probably more of a tunnel screen as he was coming in. But he gets the first down as Exner will take the handoff over the right side. Now he comes out to the right tackle. He's into the Central Cass territory. He's taken down past the 45 to the 44. Gain of 10 and a first down for Exner. Looked like he was going to run into the 4-hole between the guard and tackle. Kicked it outside as that hole collapsed. Smart move by Exner, the junior, and he gets a first down at the Central Cass 44 for Devils Lake. Shotgun formation. Fake handoff, and they'll go with a swing, or I should say a little bit of a jet sweep inside, carried by Fee. He'll gain a couple up to the 41-yard line. Gain of 3, and it is 2nd and 7. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School football. I want to thank our sponsors, many of which we will get to throughout this broadcast. It has been a high-paced game early on. We're not even in the halfway point of the first quarter, but Central Cass took them 3 plays to score a touchdown, capitalized on a 53-yard touchdown pass from Kegler to Thompson. Devils Lake trying to answer. Exner with a little swing play. No doing. As Central Cass is all over it. Plants on the outside. That young man is everywhere. The 6'2 senior. The position that they have him listed at is end. He might as well be playing linebacker. Offensively, he's their left tackle as well. You would expect a guy with a little bit of a larger size to be protecting the backside of your quarterback, but this guy is an athlete, and he shows it there. Loss of 3 on the play, 3rd and 10 for Devils Lake. Shotgun formation again for Palmer. Exner joins him in the backfield. He takes a snap, drops back. Now he'll roll to his right as Plants gives pressure. Has a man downfield, looking deep, overshot. His intended target on the outside was looking for Levitt. Overshot him by a good 5 yards. He had some room to run on the right side as well. Could have done both, but went for the home run on a 3rd and 10, incomplete, and it will force the Firebirds to punt. Oliver Worth is the punter for Devils Lake. So he stands back at his own 43-yard line. Jake Thompson, Cale Pearson back at their own 12-yard line as Worth sends a punt. This will go deep over both their heads, hit at the goal line and bounce out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Central Cass will start at their own 20. We didn't get a chance really to talk any more about the other offensive weapons that Central Cass has, but you'll hear from Colton Cruchette and Noah Folks as well on this offense. Colton, the tailback, 5'10", 175 pounds, and then Noah Folks is a 6', 175-pound senior as well. They're going to go quick is Central Cass as Kegler, Brody, the sophomore, in a pistol formation, points out a potential blitzing linebacker, takes the snap. Linebacker does come. He's picked up, and then it's thrown on the outside. And again, it's Thompson ducking through tackles, and he's taken down at the 30-yard line. Thompson with the catch and run for 10 yards on a first down. And 1st and 10, and the Squirrels hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Ball right at their 30. They'll take it. They'll throw it out. Nice catch on the outside by Pearson. Cale had to tip it to himself. Quick throw, gain of 4 up to the 34-yard line. Just inside of that. We'll give them 4. 2nd and 6. Looked like Cade Fee was out there on the tackle, maybe a little slow to get up. As the offense, Keegler looking, pumps fake, and then is taken down. A sack on the play, wrapped up and thrown down by Stetson Trottier.
Sack on the play by number 58, Stetson Trottier of the Firebirds.
A loss of 4 back to the 30-yard line. We'll put it at the 31, so it'll set up a 3rd and 9, and with 4:53 to go, Devils Lake will take a timeout, and we will break with them. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies, including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Back here from that timeout, brought to you by CMT Cass County Mutual Insurance. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. 4:53 to go, and Devils Lake already calling their first timeout of the half. Something to keep note of. This is a pace that Central Cass wants to keep up. Obviously used to it, practicing for the first 2.5, almost 3 weeks to get into this shape. Devils Lake not ready for this kind of speed. And it's an important 3rd down, too. You'd like to get Central Cass off the field, get your offense back on. They had a little momentum going there, too, before a 3rd and 10 fell incomplete. So, quickly off the ball. Here comes the blitz and the sack up the middle. That's Brody Forsberg. Brody, who on the first play of this drive came on a blitz. It was picked up nicely by Central Cass. Gets home on this blitz, a loss of 6 back to the 24-yard line, and a 4th down punt upcoming for the Squirrels. Great call by the coaching staff of Devils Lake to get Forsberg up the middle and for the sack, and now we're going to get an illegal substitution flag on Central Cass. Look like Adrian Arnis, a junior, little late coming off.
Illegal substitution penalty on the Squirrels.
I don't know if he thought he was supposed to be punted. He's listed just as a wide receiver or D lineman. Maybe he thought he was going to be on punt coverage. Either way, the illegal substitution, really no harm, no foul. It just pushes you 5 yards further back as Keegler will punt away. Devils Lake back to receive will be Levitt and Fee as they stand at their own 42. That is a line drive punt, and that is going to be just ran away from by Devils Lake as it rolls into Devils Lake territory, but still great field position at the 47 of Devils Lake for the Firebirds, and that's where they will start this one with 4:07 to go in this first quarter. Like we said, great, I would say, momentum, a couple first downs. Things were moving for Devils Lake. I don't want to say great, good momentum, and then stymied by that Central Cass defense. A 3rd and 10 pass. Fell incomplete for the Firebirds as Mason Palmer was unable to connect with Cade Fee, or I should say Levitt. He's got the ball. He'll hand it off to Exner over that right side again, trying to get through that 2-hole. It's slow developing, and in for the tackle is the nose guard, Evan Wurzma. Evan Wurzma's a big boy. 6'3", 280 pounds. A lot of beef up front on that young man. Commands a lot of attention. Typically a tough guy to move around. Shows why having a dominant guy that can be heads up on your center or heads up on your guards can be a problem if you're trying to run inside, which Devils Lake has tried a couple times over to the right. Went nowhere on that play. 2nd and 10. Fee in motion. Palmer will pitch to the left side. This time a great heads-up tackle on the outside by, that was Caden Graber. As running back Exner was just a little bit of a short pitch to the left, trying to pick his way that way. But Graber was having none of it. A tackle for a loss back to the 46 of Devils Lake. And that great field position right now, not looking so spectacular, or at least Devils Lake's not taking advantage of it, as they are set up on a 3rd and 11. Palmer, shotgun, takes the snap. He'll roll to his left. He's looking downfield. He sets up, and he will fire across his body over the middle, and it is caught! What a catch! What a grab out of the sky by Weston Nelson for a first down deep into Central Cass territory, up to the 33-yard line. A 21-yard gain on 3rd and 11. A dangerous pass by Palmer as he threw it across his body back into traffic. But there to bail him out is Nelson, the junior. 6 foot, 170 pounds. Big catch for him as he lines up on the far side to Palmer's left. 3 to Palmer's right. Exner included, who rolls out to the right. Palmer pumps fake, will dump it off to Exner, who catches in the backfield, gets across the line of scrimmage, out to the sideline, and then pushed out of bounds finally. They're going to mark him out up at the 24-yard line, so a gain of 9 on first down. His safety blanket, Palmer's, was Exner. He made a couple men miss, and Devils Lake is on the move. Both of these teams are going to have some of that stamina tested. It's one thing to practice for 2.5 hours out on the grass fields behind the school to the right of the fields. But your energy, it's a little bit different when you're playing in the game. And I think Devils Lake felt that on that 3rd down when they had to call a timeout on defense. Palmer, though, he's going deep. He overthrows his intended target, which was Nelson. I don't know if he was looking for a pass interference or what. But that ball was uncatchable regardless, and we're seeing some substitutions for Central Cass. Devils Lake not going nearly as quick as the Squirrels, kind of walking back. Just pay attention to this as this goes along. That stamina, that energy, that's going to be something to take note of, especially on this warm, late August evening. Wiersma is taking a seat on the side, or taking a spot on the sideline. Not really needed on a 3rd and 1 potentially. Devils Lake will try to go up the middle. Wiersma not there. Exner taking advantage of it. Down to the 20. And a first down for Exner, and Devils Lake will move the chains. Like we talked about, you go back to that 3rd down timeout on defense for Devils Lake. They wanted to make sure that they had the right play drawn up, getting Central Cass's offense off the field, in large part because they felt like they had something moving offensively. Another big 3rd and long conversion. A 21-yard pass from Palmer to Nelson. And now they've converted another 3rd down, that one 3rd and 1, and it'll bring up a first down as Palmer will take the quarterback option, run right side, faked out. The Central Cass defense breaks a couple tackles down the sideline. No. Stepped out of bounds at the 5. But a great run of 15 for Palmer. Looked like he was wrapped up after 10, broke a couple Squirrels tackles, tight roped the sideline, dove into the end zone thinking he had pay dirt. However, the far referee said nope. You stepped out at the 5, and that's where we're going to set things up at. Devils Lake gets a late substitution in. They were missing their left guard. Palmer will take it. He'll hand off Exner over the right side. He picks his way and will dive towards the goal line. He's taken down at the 2-yard line. On the tackle was Colson Stahl, the 6'1", 190-pound senior. And we are going to get a timeout and a referee's or official's timeout because Stahl ended up losing his helmet, so automatically he's got to be taken out. Referees then will wind the clock after that. It'll set up a 2nd and goal for the 2 for the Firebirds. With under a minute to go in this first quarter, Devils Lake looking to answer on their 2nd offensive possession of the game, and then we're going to get a 3rd false start from the Firebirds. Twice on their first series, it happened. False starts. And it's not just one guy, it's many on the offensive line. And this one will push him back 5 yards. outside the 5 to the 7. 2nd and 7 for Devils Lake. If you're looking, Exner might be a good option, but I would say pay close attention to Worth, the 6'6 junior. A red zone target as he lines up all by himself far away. Now he's joined by a slot receiver out there, which is Will Heilman. Palmer takes a snap. He looks to his left, and then he'll throw over the middle and too high for his intended target. Looking for Fee on that one. Worth had stopped his route just short. And the incomplete pass will set up a 3rd and goal from the 7. 25 seconds to go in this quarter. Reggie Funk, Dan Gunnarsson with you. Appreciate you, like I said, spending the time with us. Make sure to stay tuned. We've got the Farmers Union Wasleen Kramer halftime show coming up. Obviously, that's going to be another 12 minutes and 25 seconds of game time away right here. 25 seconds to go. First quarter seems like a big play early on for Devils Lake. It is 3rd and 7. Oh, did we get a neutral zone infraction on Plants? Plants points to himself. We'll see what the call is. It did look like Plants caused the left tackle to jump, and yes, that is what we are going to get. Encroachment on the defense. So that moves the ball a little bit closer. Should be about half the distance. Well, they go up a full 5. That's what I thought. I think it is only half the distance to the goal when you're inside 10 yards.
Squirrels fans, help your defense out. Let's let them hear it.
So there it is. So instead of going all the way to the 2, it is to the 3.5-yard line. So a correction there. Under center is Palmer. And a shift by the Devils Lake Central Cass defense as Exner goes over the right side, picks his way to the goal line, and he is down at the 1. 4th and goal from the 1, and I bet you that Devils Lake will let this quarter bleed out and make a decision on whether or not to go for it on 4th and 1 when we come back for the second quarter. The score on the Bank North scoreboard: Central Cass 6, Devils Lake nothing. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live events. Second quarter action coming up after this.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Thank you to Bank North, our scoreboard sponsor. Good sportsmanship is a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game for Bank North. It is achieved by helping our customers pursue their dreams and financial goals while supporting and improving our great rural communities. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com. That's ibanknorth.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. 6-0 our score after 1. Devils Lake is not up on Central Cass 6-0. We'll correct that scoreboard when we get a chance to. That is an error on our side. It is a Central Cass lead. The scoreboard here in Castleton does show the correct score at 6-0 Squirrels. Devils Lake going to try and equal this one on a 4th and goal from the 1 to open up the second quarter. Big play here for the Firebirds with Palmer single back formation. He's under center. Do they dare go with the sneak? They do, and it's in. Boy, that was pretty easy to start the second quarter. A touchdown of a yard for Mason Palmer right away to open up the second quarter. A 1-yard TD run, and it is 6-6. Exner on for the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good. So Devils Lake takes a 7-6 lead on the Bank North scoreboard. We're going to sneak in a quick break here on the Your Live Event broadcast. You're watching North Dakota High School football.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Dan Gunnarsson, Reggie Funk with you. 7-6 our score. Devils Lake with the lead. 2 seconds into this second quarter. A 1-yard touchdown run by Mason Palmer gives them the advantage. Exner's extra point was good. And so they have the lead early on in this one. Early on in this second quarter, I should say, as Exner has it teed up at the 40, and he will kick it away. This one a high end-over-end kick that is grabbed on the far sideline by Crochet, who is then gathered up by a host of Devils Lake Firebirds just outside the 25-yard line. 24 to be specific is where the Squirrels will start on the far sideline. With 11, where the clock is still running, as the head referee was looking to get that stopped. A few seconds trickled off. But the Squirrels, clock's not really an issue for them. They could care less. They're going to go fast. They're going to go quick as they line up with Kegler, I should say, in the pistol formation. He'll take the snap. No, it's a low snap. He picks it up off his feet, throws it to his right, and it is taken in by Thompson. Past the 45 to the 50. It's a foot race. Thompson is gone. A 76-yard touchdown pitch and catch. Kegley to Thompson, and they strike again. That has been the magical hookup for Central Cass. 76 yards on the pitch and catch for those two. He was just in the slot position, ran a nice little comeback route, wide open, quick decision by Kegley to find his main target. And he was off to the races, a lot faster than you'd think. The 6'2 senior, now well over 100 yards receiving on the day, has a couple of long touchdown receptions. Central Cass is going to set up to go for 2, I believe, as Crochet is joining Kegley in the backfield in the pistol formation. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Couple in motion. Uh-oh. And we're going to get, everybody gets set. Ball is taken. No flag. There's the flag. Should have been an illegal motion as Palmer will throw, not Palmer, pardon me, Kegley. If I can get names right, that would be great. He throws it out of the back of the end zone. Really wouldn't have mattered had that been caught. The 2-point conversion would have had to been redone because of the fact that there was an illegal shift by Central Cass. So 2-point conversion, no good. Still a lead for the Squirrels and an electric play on this one for the Squirrels. So 76 yards on the touchdown reception. Now that is 129 yards on 2 catches and 2 touchdowns for Thompson tonight. And already was still 11-22 to go in this first half. We've got some electric plays. We've had 2 touchdowns already within a span of 36 seconds. Schmidt to kick off for Central Cass. He's got Levitt and Heilman back to receive as it is picked up by Levitt, who is upended past the 25 up to the 28-yard line. And that is where Devils Lake will start. 11:14 to go in this second quarter. Some great back and forth between these two teams already. A fun, fast-paced game, although Central Cass is the one that is moving at quite the pace. Devils Lake running more of that traditional huddle up, I formation, single back formation, shotgun formation in this instance type of offense. They've converted on some big third downs as they'll run a bubble screen to the outside. It is Heilman, and he's going nowhere. Great tackling on the outside. Grady Link, the corner, coming up from his position to get a TFL behind the 25 to the 24-yard line. A loss of 4. Make it 3. Ball sitting right at the 25. So a loss of 3 on that one will set up a 2nd and 13. Boy, great play by Link, recognizing to come up right away out of his corner position, not wait to be blocked by the wideouts. Should have been Worth on the outside with him. Heilman again, they'll fake the bubble screen, they'll run it inside to Fee. He goes over the left side, picks his way past the original line of scrimmage up to the 30, so a gain of 5, and it will set up a 3rd and 8. I like that wrinkle as they fake it to the short side, run feedback inside behind the left guard. The one thing I will say, and this is a personal thing for me, you run those bubble screens, you would love to run those to the wide side. Give your slot receiver a little bit more room to operate. As it stands, it'll be Palmer. He's got pressure, tries to run up the middle. Bryankin tackles and then is taken down on the inside. Trevon Quam. A sack, a loss of 1, and a 4th and 9 upcoming for Devils Lake.
Brings up 4th and 9 for the Firebirds.
Quam, 6'2", 210-pound junior, the recipient of that sack. Really a team sack if you could ever hand one out. Really, the pressure from the outside on Palmer caused him to step up. And Quam playing on the inside there to reap the benefit. Pressure from the outside. Boy, that looked like it could have been a blocked punt. The stutter step ends up being a really bad punt by Worth anyways, but coming off that left side was Mason Olson. And he stopped. He really didn't know what to do. The junior, he could have had a clean block. But his hesitation caused Worth to kind of stutter step because he was waiting for the impact of that block or that contact. And it ended up creating a really bad situation on the punt as it was kicked up the side of his foot, goes out of bounds at the 46 at Devils Lake, and that's where Central Cass will take over with 9:06 to go. Coming off one play, 76 yards and a touchdown from Kegley to Thompson. They'll throw it to the outside. This one is brought in by Garmin. Garmin is taken down on the outside after a gain of about 4 up to the 43-yard line. And a 2nd and 6 upcoming, and quickly to the line come the Squirrels. Pistol formation. Kegley puts a man out to the left. Will throw it out to the left, and that one is caught and hauled in by Crochet, who is inbounds at the sideline. One man to beat. He's got blockers with him. Cuts inside, and he can't keep his feet as he is knocked down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. 36-yard play on the pitch and catch from Crochet to Kegley, and Kegley's down a man. He's down an offensive lineman who I think had to come out. Wasn't feeling that good. I believe it was the right guard. We will take a break as well with 8:15 to go on the Bake North scoreboard. Your score, Central Cass 12, Devils Lake 7. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Under construction and not safe for children to play there. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you to Tope Insurance for that time out. Get in touch with Ryan at Tope Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Tope Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That is 701 or 701 for those that need to be correct. 347-4045. First and goal from the 7 after a 36-yard play as Kegley will take it, hand it off. Crochet dives to the end zone. Did he break the plane? No. They're going to say he's down at the 1. Crochet with a gain of about 6.5. Thompson's asking for the touchdown. So is the rest of the offensive line. But Central Cass, no go. They'll quickly get up to the line of scrimmage. Kegley looking around, takes the snap, low, hands it off right side. Crochet is then wrapped up in the backfield. Great play defensively by Devils Lake, shooting in there for the tackle. Brody Forsberg yet again. Brody Forsberg, the linebacker, the senior. Boy, Worsma coming off one more time. He has been in and out. Trying to find a good balance for him to stay on the field as much as possible. Meanwhile, it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Kegley will move it out right, throw it to the left. Looks like a little bubble screen going to the outside. Touchdown, Central Cass! That one a touchdown to Noah Folks. First touchdown of the night for him on a 2-yard touchdown pass. And it makes it 18-7. We'll see what Central Cass decides to do if they're going to get into this 2-point conversion, chasing points type of situation, or if they're going to kick the extra point. They're going to go for 2 here, as Kegley will throw it out to the right, looking for some room is Pearson, and he is got in. He got in. Cale Pearson fights his way in for the 2-point conversion to make it 20-7. Central Cass with 7:13 to go on your Bank North scoreboard. We will take a quick timeout. When we come back, the kickoff after that point is good. You know, we'll keep it right here. I was going to call for the break, but stumbled through my words. It's my first game of the year as well, folks, so I'm going to stumble through some stuff. I got to get out these first game jitters. My stamina's going to get low. I'm going to need an IV at halftime. We'll be okay. We will be okay. 7:13 to go, though. In this first half, 20-7 is our score. Central Cass with the lead. That 2-yard pass, touchdown. 3rd passing touchdown of the game, by the way, for Brody Kegley, the sophomore quarterback. With the 2-point conversion, back to more of that football normal score, a 13-point lead as Schmidt will kick it out from the 40. It will find its way into the hands of Levitt at the 20. He gets it past the 30, past the 40, runs through a tackle, past the 45, up to the 48-yard line. So again, good field position for Devils Lake. And that is where Palmer in this offense will start. Devils Lake had a 3-and-out their last time with the ball. Tried a couple bubble screens to Levitt on the right side. Didn't really work out well for them. It'll be Palmer to pass. He'll spin out of a plant, or not a plant sack. Worsma chasing him down. He's looking for room. He finds some room. He throws it over the middle, and it is caught. That is a nice grab by Levitt at the 40 of Central Cass. So a gain of 12 on the pitch and catch. Levitt was stretched out as well as he comes up limping a little bit, and he will run to the sideline. Well, not so much run as he is walking to the sideline of Devils Lake, but that pinch and catch of 12 yards, make it 13 as they put it just outside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A first down into Central Cass territory. I will say this, Palmer, when pressured, can create, and we've seen that a couple times, him using his legs and keeping his eyes downfield. That is tough to defend against when things start to break free, and Levitt with the catch gets the Firebirds into Squirrels territory. Palmer will roll to his right, feeling no pressure, has a man, throws it out. Worth cannot bring it in. Got turned around in the secondary, was open, was looking over his left shoulder, had to quickly adjust to look over his right, and in doing so had to relocate the ball, tried to make the catch. Instead of a basket catch, tried to receive it hands out and bring it in, could not do it, falls incomplete at about the 10-yard line, 2nd and 10 for Devils Lake. 6:18 to go in the first half. Remember to stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by Farmers Union, Wasleen Kramer. Or Wasleen Kramer Farmers Union, however you want to look at that. They are bringing and sponsoring our halftime show. That play is blown dead. We're going to get another false start for Devils Lake. We are. That is the 4th false start of this first half. And it has been a drive killer for these Firebirds. I would have to say the offense hasn't been operating terribly. They've made some big plays. Palmer has done a great job creating in the pocket or getting outside of the pocket. They're moving the line of scrimmage for him. He's finding his receivers from time to time. But when you are operating in 1st and 2nd and longs more often than not, because the false starts continue to happen, it is tough to operate as an offense, as Palmer will roll to his right. He's looking downfield to throw it back across his body. Jump and caught by Fee, who is then shot down right away at the 40-yard line. The tackle made by Graber. And they don't even get back to the original line of scrimmage as it is at the 40-yard line, so we'll set up a 3rd and 11. And we've seen that a couple times. Central Cass they're bringing some lumber. Good hard hits, good clean hard hits. Kids from Devils Lake feeling it a little bit longer. Fee even lining up at the tight end position on the left side. A little bit slow, moving up to it as Palmer will take the snap. He'll drop back, straight drop back. It's a screen, and it is tipped and then caught. And then ridden down as that was Exner up to the 30, I would say 8, maybe 37-yard line. We'll say 38 and a half. No, right at the 38, so a gain of 2 on that play. It'll set up a 4th and 9, and Devils Lake at the Central Cass 38-yard line is going to go for it here. At least we can assume they are going to go for it. Their punter is Oliver Worth. He's out there, but he is not in the backfield. It's Exner, it's Palmer, and this crowd about to get loud. And we're going to get a timeout for Devils Lake, and we will break with them as well. 4:53 to go here on your Bank North scoreboard. With the score, the Squirrels 20, Devils Lake 7. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Dow presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
Thank you to our timeout sponsor, Cass County Mutual. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Find a football game near you as well. What a great night for football across the state of North Dakota. Several games throughout the region. Several games on your live event, including Southern McLean versus Carrington. Velvet Drake Animos Garrison versus Kindred, a great matchup in Class A there, and then Sargent County versus Maple River. Central Cass versus Devils Lake here on a critical 4th and 8 for the Firebirds. Down 20-7. First down here will go a long way to keep this momentum going. Pressure felt by Palmer as he backs up. He throws it out into a space, hoping, praying, looking. No flag is thrown. I think Devils Lake was hoping that Heilman had been harassed enough on the outside. Looked like Parker Wixo was the corner on the coverage. No such luck for the Firebirds. And that pass falls incomplete. Palmer didn't really have a lot of hope of stepping up in the pocket on that one. And the incomplete pass creates a turnover on downs with 4:47 to go in this first half. And Central Cass up 20-7. And momentum well on their side, has the ball again at their own 38. Kegley looks to his right, throws it out to his right. Oh, what a tackle on the outside! Oh my goodness. Levitt just absolutely takes down Cale Pearson on a bubble screen, and Pearson slow to get up. May have had the wind knocked out of him as he will jog to the sideline. What a play by Levitt. Oh, he's going to stay in. Nope, they're going to say go down. Good job by the head coach to say, hey, you got to get down here. We got to get you out of this one. Safety is a concern. Boy, he was rocked on the outside by Levitt. What a great hit and a great play. A loss on that one of 3 to the 35-yard line. Will set up a 2nd and 13. There's going to be a couple things as we keep it right here that Central Cass will have to work through as the season goes along, with the desire to run this offense at such a fast pace when you have injuries or kids need to be subbed out. How do you work through that as the season goes along, as Pearson is able to get up and off under his own power? The way that he was hit right in the midsection, I have to imagine feeling a little bit more as he walks away in terms of breathing or stretching. But again, you have something like that happen. How do you replace him? How do you get him off? How do you make sure that the offense is staying in tune? They'll work through that as this season goes on, but we're seeing some of those hiccups. We've seen a couple of timeouts already by Central Cass on that one, as again, Forsberg flying through the offensive line. He has been a menace defensively for the Firebirds. A sack all the way back at the 25-yard line, a loss of 10 on the play, and a 3rd and forever coming up for Central Cass. Quickly to the line of scrimmage come the Squirrels. Forsberg again coming on the blitz. This time it's picked up. The ball is overthrown. The intended target, folks, and a 3rd down incompletion. And just as much as we're talking about Forsberg and how much of a menace he's been, he is slow to get up in the backfield as Coach Lambrick seems to be walking up and down the sidelines asking for an explanation why his player was on the ground. Now he's just pointing to guys, make sure they're getting in good position. Forsberg trying to get off the field. Finally gets a chance to come off. And did we get we did get a timeout for Devils Lake. With 3:43 to go, we will break as well. Your score, 20-7, Squirrels up top here late in the second quarter. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention.
So that timeout for Devils Lake, their last of the half by my count. So they are out, but that timeout as well is brought to you by Taupe Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan at Taupe Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That is 701-347-4045. The confusion on my end was as Forsberg was trying to limp to the sideline to get off, I thought maybe one of the officials had seen this and called an official's timeout to allow for the injured player to vacate the playing field. However, that was not the case. Devils Lake had to call a timeout to get him off. Their last time out of the first half, something to pay attention to in this one. As Kegley will kick it. It is a low line drive kick right into the hands of Exner. The running back takes it past the 20 inside to the 18. What a wild turn of events for Devils Lake. Exner, who usually, from a defensive standpoint, or at least a punt return standpoint, is not the guy who's returning the ball. Even though he's a running back on offense, he's kind of playing a linebacker position, almost a spy position, if you will, on the punter. It is a gift that goes right into his lap and gets it inside the 20. So a red zone opportunity already for Devils Lake with 3:34 to go in this first half. And interesting to note, because a touchdown here, a hold. Devils Lake does get the ball to start the second half. As Palmer's under center, he'll hand it off to Exner as he's chased from behind by Wurzma and then ridden down as Wurzma's unable to get him. Thummel is. Gain of 5 up to the 13-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up for the Firebirds. Well, this could be a momentum shifter in a large way for Devils Lake. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Exner joining Palmer in the backfield in the shotgun formation. They'll put a man in motion. That's Levitt. And we're going to get another false start. Yes, make that 5 in the first half for Devils Lake. False starts. Absolutely shooting themselves in the foot. False starts are probably one of the most frustrating penalties that coaches go through. They will often tell you that is a mental mistake. There's no reason that the offense should ever false start. They know the count. But here we are, 5 false starts in the first half, and Devils Lake, after a nice 5-yard run, is back to a 2nd and 10. Palmer, little play action. He'll throw it out to the left. Worth looks up and no! Taken out of his hands. Great defense on the outside by Grady Link. He's had a couple big plays at that cornerback position. Link, who gives up about 6 inches to Worth. Great positioning on his end. And meanwhile, back at the offensive line, we've got a Devils Lake lineman down on the ground. It appears to be Tracer Tollefson, the senior left tackle for Devils Lake, being looked at by the coaches and training staff of the Firebirds. He'll have to take at least 1 play off on this one. Meanwhile, Grady Link, who's had a tackle for loss on a bubble screen, a great play right there on Oliver Worth, a guy that you really expect for that play to be something they go to quite often. Tollefson, who walks off under his own power, doesn't appear to be feeling the best. Is frustrated as he's holding on to his left shoulder over on that sideline. Hopefully nothing too serious as he works through that pain. But back to the play before, Link just doing a great job of not giving up leverage. Size is just something you can't equate for, but if you can stay inside the man's reach, which he did, it's going to be really tough for him to bring down jump balls like that one. Palmer on a 3rd and 10 will take it. We're going to get a flag on the left side. It may not matter as Central Cass swarms after Palmer. Palmer running around, running for his life, creates something out of nothing, gets ridden down up at the 10-yard line, close to a first down. However, we are going to get a hold on the outside. Tollefson's replacement on that outside, I want to say it was Casey Brown from that left tackle position. There definitely was a hold. We all could see it. So could the referees as flags flew from the back pockets. So the hold will now make a 3rd and 10 back to a 3rd and 20. And it was Tollefson's replacement on that left side. Just from the numbers, it could have been Casey Brown. Looking at some other 70s. Could have been Isaac Woodhull, although I don't know if I see a 71 out there. Braxton Rance. Potential 70 doesn't matter anyways for Devils Lake because whoever the culprit was, it has now put the Firebirds at a 3rd and 20 back at the 29-yard line. So Palmer will take the snap, will step back. Rush coming. He throws it over to the left side looking for something, and it is picked off! Picked off by who else? Jake Thompson. Looking for Levitt on the outside, and Thompson comes over from his safety position to get the interception. And Thompson with 2 touchdowns and now an interception. Early front runner for our Enbridge player of the game. Certainly having the game of the year already for Central Cass. It'll be tough to top his output tonight in this first half. What a job that he has thrown, as this is a throw to the outside as Kegley hooks up with Anthony Garman for a gain of 9 to the 19. 1:30 to go. This is where this offense should thrive if you're Central Cass, the hurry-up offense. Forsberg back in there. Looks like he's blitzing, and he will. And he's coming largely untouched. The throw skips. Yes, it does skip. For a moment there, I thought they were going to give Cale Pearson the catch, but it skips incomplete just outside the 20. So a 3rd and 1 with 1:18 to go. For Central Cass, they want to go quick. They want to go fast. A first down here of a yard or 2. I could see them just pulling off the gas a little bit going into the halftime. Happy with a 13-point lead. Devils Lake doesn't have a timeout, so they can't stop the clock. There is your first down of just a yard as the receiver, Aiden Thummel, is pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Needed 1, got 2, so a first down for the Squirrels. And Central Cass looking out to their side to figure out what they're going to do offensively. Will line up in a bunch formation to Kegley's right. Pistol formation. Left guard. Looked like he flinched. No call is made. Kegley has plenty of time. He throws out, and it is caught out there by Garman, who has passed the 35 and then thrown down at the 40-yard line. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So a first down stops the clock as they move the chains in Central Cass. So this is a reason I don't coach, because my suggestion was get the first down, slow it down, and they're 11 yards away from midfield. Kegley steps up, looks to his left, throws, overshoots his intended target of Easton Holland. And he'll set up a 2nd and 10 with just under 50 seconds to go in this first half. Halftime show brought to you by Farmers Union. That's Wasleen Kramer. Wasleen Kramer, Farmers Union. That's 2 last names, by the way, and I'll tell you more about that at halftime as the snap is taken. Pearson out on the right side, a little bubble screen. He gets some blocks. He kicks out to the right past the 45 and then is written down out there at the 46. Clock is running. Central Cass looking. 46. Clock still running. Coach not calling timeout. He wants the Squirrels to get lined up here. Coach Butler, I should say, standing at his own 35. It's a pistol formation. We're under 25 seconds to go before this ball is snapped. Taken. Kegley looks, pump fakes, looks left, has pressure, steps up, and then is thrown down at the 40-yard line. The sack brought down by Braxton Rance. And with 5 seconds to go, a 4th and 7. Central Cass will take it. They'll play one more snap before the end of this half. Kegley looking deep. He'll throw it deep, and nobody home. And it's knocked down in the secondary by Weston Nelson, and that is how the first half will end. An exciting first half between Central Cass and Devils Lake as the score at the break on the Big North scoreboard. Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 7. Make sure and stay tuned, because coming up, it is our Farmers Union Wasleen Kramer halftime report.
Monday through Friday, Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm gonna be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
Welcome back to your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School football. The Farmers Union Wazleen Kramer halftime show is upon us. The score at the break, Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 7. Before we get into some of those first half scoring highlights or callbacks, I want to thank Scott and Tyler of the Farmers Union Wazleen Kramer Agency. They're your local small-town agents for Castleton and the surrounding communities. Whether it's crop and farm, home and auto, health and life, commercial, or just recreational insurance, you got to have that RV or that ice castle. They can cover you. So make sure and come visit Farmers Union Insurance at Castleton for the great rates and local service you expect. As Farmers Union Wazleen Kramer. So many big touchdowns for Central Cass in that first half. Devils Lake touchdown coming on a very strong drive that ended in a short touchdown, and we'll recap all those for you right now on this halftime show. It started early on for Central Cass, who took the ball to begin this game and drove it down for a, shouldn't say drove it down, it took 3 plays and a 53-yard touchdown pass on a 3rd and 2 from Kegley to Thompson for a first score of the game. The extra point was missed, and it held at 6-0, but that kind of set the tone for Central Cass and their offense for the remainder of that first half. No score on some back and forth throughout the first quarter, and it would end at 6-0. The second quarter is where we found all the fireworks. We opened things up with a 4th and goal from the 1 for Devils Lake. The drive capped off by Palmer. That's Mason Palmer, the quarterback for Devils Lake. A 1-yard quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Extra point is good, and Devils Lake enjoyed a very short-lived 7-6 lead over Central Cass. Short-lived because on the very next series, on a 1st and 10, with Kegley in the backfield, he finds Thompson on just a quick comeback route in the slot. Thompson turns and runs down 76 yards for the touchdown, and it gives Central Cass a 12-7 lead. They would miss the PAT, a 2-point conversion at that, but still holding on to a early second quarter lead, and Thompson with his 2nd touchdown of the game. They would score another touchdown halfway through the second quarter, this time on a 2-yard pass from Kegley to Folks. That 2-yard pass capped off the drive on a 3rd and goal. They went for 2, made it 20-7 with 7:13 to go. Devils Lake, right before the end of the half, had a couple big plays. In fact, had a punt return to the 18-yard line after a bad line drive punt was picked up by Exner, the running back, playing a spy position on the punt return defense. He returns it to the 18, and it was a 2nd and 5 from the 13 before a false start, an incomplete pass, a holding penalty, and a whole host of issues for Devils Lake. Ended in an interception at about the 10-yard line. An interception at the 10-yard line by, you guessed it, none other than Jake Thompson, the senior, having himself a wonderful game for the Squirrels. Came up with the interception and a turnover. Central Cass would drive it to about midfield before the end of the first half came to a close, and that is where we sit at 20-7, our score, with 6:35 left to go in this timeout break. We will take our first break of the Farmers Union Wesleyan Kramer halftime show. When we come back, we will look ahead to the second half of this game. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Central Cass Schools' mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Back here at the Wesleyan Kramer Farmers Union halftime show, Dan Gunnarsson, Reggie Funk bringing you North Dakota High School football action. One of the first games to kick off the 2023-2024, I should say, season. There was a game yesterday between Hillsborough Central Valley and Grafton, a 40-6 win for Hillsborough Central Valley over Grafton. That one up in Grafton. But everything really just kicks off in earnest tonight across the state of North Dakota. Your live event bringing you this game. We'll also have Southern McLean versus Carrington, Velvet Drake Animos Garrison versus Kindred, and then Sargent County versus Maple River. We'll try to get some updates on those games if we can throughout the evening. But tonight, 20-7 here. About to come to the end of this halftime break. If you are looking at what can change, and this game is very much still in the balance, if you are Devils Lake, there shouldn't be anything in your mind that you should be overly concerned about in sense of score-wise. When it comes to the score, you shouldn't be concerned. I would tell you that if there is one thing that you need to clean up, if you are Central, or I should say Devils Lake, it is the false starts. 5 false starts in that first half really just did a number on any drive or any hope that they could have had in trying to make some things stick. And even on that drive where they had the ball inside the 20, then down to the 13, a score there, an extra point, you're only down 6 going into halftime. You really just kind of shot yourself in the foot with the momentum. That is the one key thing to me that you're cleaning up. These big plays, they will happen. Central Cass goes quick, but Devils Lake, for the most part, has done a great job of bringing in some pressure with Forsberg specifically up the middle as the linebacker position. Brody has had a couple big sacks, a couple big plays for Devils Lake. It is cleaning up those false starts. If you are Devils Lake, that will really help kind of, I believe, get momentum on your side. I also believe it's key as they come out in the second half with the ball on offense to score right away on that first series. For Central Cass, it is trying to get a little bit more consistent with the offense. There are some big plays that they have. They've had one really good drive, but it is those stops and starts. And Forsberg has just wrecked some stuff in the backfield for the Central Cass offense. Trying to find a way to block him or keep him contained will be paramount for them. But Central Cass, it's the consistent offense. This is a new look offense. They go very quick. They go very fast. Something that even they are getting used to as well. A couple big plays are really keeping them and putting them ahead on this one. But if they can get a couple consistent drives together, I think that will really put a lot of pressure on Devils Lake to try and keep pace on the offensive side as well. Before we take this final break and get you ready for the second half kickoff from here, we have some updates from around our Your Live event broadcast family. Out in Carrington, the Cardinals, 27-0 up on Southern McLean. That one about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Out in Maple River, 55 seconds before halftime, Sargent County up 20-18 on the Raiders. And then the game of the night, this one, a couple Class A, Division A heavyweights between Kindred and Velvet Drake, Animus Garrison, 7-6, Kindred with the lead at home with 8:50 to go in the third quarter. So we'll keep our eye on that one as that progresses. A lot of Central Cass fans will have some interest in that game. Here tonight, we've got a good one, 20-7 at the break with Central Cass having the lead. Thank you for tuning in to our Farmers Union Wasleen Kramer halftime show. When we come back, it'll be the kickoff of the third quarter from Central Cass. You're watching Your Live Event, North Dakota High School football on Your Live Event.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Say goodbye to boring birthday parties and corporate events and say hello to a supercharged celebration at the Empire Sports Complex in Fargo with their epic bounce houses that's guaranteed to have your guests jumping for joy at the Empire Sports Complex. Their bounce houses are the ultimate party starter, but don't wait too long to book. Go online now to empirefargo.org. That's empirefargo.org, or call 701-318-4161 for your next birthday party or corporate event. The Empire Sports Complex in Fargo.
Third quarter action about to get underway from the Farmers Union Field at Central Cass High School in Castleton, North Dakota. This Class A battle, Class A, Class 2A battle between the Firebirds and the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass, just to look ahead a little bit, we'll get Langdon area Munich next week up in Langdon. And you would be okay to think maybe the Squirrels are looking ahead a little bit to that game. Langdon beat Central Cass twice last year, once when it mattered most in the playoffs. So Central Cass looking at a team that is just ahead of them in the Class A state polls. That'll be a good litmus test for them. And then about midway through the season, they're going to get a chance to host the #1 team in the state in Kindred as well. So that'll be a fun game for them in a few weeks. That one on September 20th. For Devils Lake, as you look forward, 3 of their first 4 games are on the road. They go home next week. They'll play Watford City. And then they will follow that up with road games against Valley City and Jamestown. Luckily for them, none of those teams in the rankings when it comes to the 2A football polls. Then that second half, after a break, Wapton South, Horace Central, and Red River. Quite a few teams, including South, that are looking to make moves. But the 2A landscape is wide open. Last year, only one top-seeded team moved on from the quarterfinals to the semis. You had the 5, 6, and 7 teams end up, I should say, the 5, 6, and 7 teams end up moving into the second round, with Fargo North coming away victorious in the state championship. But Class 2A, a wide open landscape, and we expect the same this year. Fargo North graduated a ton of athletes off of their squad. It'll be a reset for them, so curious to see what comes of it. Fargo South, the preemptive favorite right now in that class. We are about to kick things off here as Schmidt has things teed up for Central Cass. Back to receive for Devils Lake will be both Levitt and Heilman. And we're underway. Ball is teed up at the 40. Schmidt puts the boot into it, and Levitt will take it. Past the 20, 25, 30, and then out of bounds at the 34. And that is where Devils Lake will start from. Again, this offense starting this half with the ball. I would say it is important for them to come out and score. It would be tough. It would be tough to really back up a couple drives where they had the ball inside the 20, not coming away with points, and to start out this half without a touchdown of some kind. I may seem a little bit cliche to say, oh, you got to score right away in this half. It'd be great to score at any point, but I think more importantly now, boy, almost another false start by the Devils Lake offensive line as Exner takes the ball. He's still churning his way and finally taken down at the 35, which is the line of scrimmage for Devils Lake. So no gain on that play. And now we've got a Central Cass player who is down. And I am not sure who that is, and it's an official's timeout as the player laying down at the 33-yard line. Unfortunate with that first play of this half to have that be the result. Just 11:40 to go. Just 20 seconds in, I should say. And he is staying down right now for the Squirrels. And with that, we're going to take a break as well. When we come back, hopefully we can identify. Well, no, looks like I said we want to take a break, and he is up. That may just be a cramp. So hopefully, and it looks like that's Wiersma, the big nose tackle, Evan Wiersma, 6'3", 280-pound junior. The way he is moving and stretching on the sidelines, I would imagine that is cramp activity for the big nose tackle. So we're back out of that. And Mason Palmer and this Devils Lake offense in a shotgun formation. Exner will take the snap over the right side. He's got a lot of room, and then he is tripped up. What a play. Coming in, it's Jake Thompson again from his safety position. This young man is on a mission tonight. There's a lot of green for Exner in front of him, and Thompson coming up from that safety position like a bullet. Cuts him down after a 3-yard gain, and it'll set up a 3rd and 7. Jake Thompson, remember that name as the season goes along. Offensively tonight, he's been the star, but defensively, he has shown up in a big way on a couple plays, and that one could have been a lot of running room for Exner, who joins Palmer in the backfield, shotgun formation. Palmer takes that, and we're going to get a flag, and again, we get an illegal shift, and we're getting a false start. It is a false start. Weston Nelson on the outside. He's head up with Grady Link, and he pointed at Grady Link as if maybe saying Link was doing something. But you're not going to get the referee to bite on that one as another false start. That's 6 false starts for Devils Lake. 6. And here we are. 3rd and 12 for the Firebirds. What we talked about at halftime, cleaning up those penalties and cleaning up those miscues. It's a mental thing when it comes to false starts. And Devils Lake missing the mark tonight. Unfortunate for this Firebirds offense as Palmer takes the snap. He'll roll to his left. The line moves. He sets up. He's got some pressure from the backside. He ducks out of it. Has some room to the right now. Sets up. Throws at the 30. The ball is caught on the run by Levitt. Nice catch and grab, and to hang on to that one as Thompson nearly took his head off. Up to the 43-yard line. It is 2 yards short of a first down. You go back to that false start. It doesn't commit it. There's your first down. This is the problem with those penalties, and they're coming to fruition here on this first drive. And if you're Devils Lake, you got to go for it here. You're 2 yards away from a first down at the 45-yard line. And the Firebirds, in a shotgun formation, 2 to the right, 1 out left. Palmer puts Exner in motion, takes it, fakes it, looking, trying, picks, and I think he got it. He did get it. Somewhat of a interesting quarterback keeper where he had a release to his right with Exner. Looked like maybe he could have optioned it out. Got outside the end and then just picked his way. Needed 2, got 3, first down on a 4th and 2. Big play for Devils Lake as they move the chains. Now we are going to get another false start. 7.
False start penalty on the Firebirds. That'll back them up 5 yards and bring up 1st and 15 from the 41-yard line.
Only 1st and 15 for Devils Lake. To overcome so many self-inflicted penalties. Just a tall task for the Firebirds to overcome. Single back formation, Palmer under center, Exner in the backfield. Exner will take it over the right side, trying to find some room as he gets into Central Cass territory, and he's pushed forward all the way up to the 47. A gain of 12. So it'll set up a 2nd and 3. But a nice run by Exner over that right side. And Devils Lake offensively moving the ball outside the tackles. We've seen them be successful. And you've got Wurzma out of this game still. That big guard who can clog things up, at least from what I can see. I don't see him on the field right now. As it will be a handoff to Exner. He'll get that first down past the 44 to the 43-yard line. Gain of 4 and another first down for Devils Lake. So 2 times they come from 5-yard penalties to get first downs. The first one happened on a 4th and 2. This one happened on a 2nd and 3. So Palmer in this offense moving into Central Cass territory. This is just a different feeling offensively with the way Central Cass moves this ball. Devils Lake bleeding clock, 5 minutes and more already off of this 3rd quarter scoreboard, as it's going to be a handoff again. Exner over that right side. Nice little jump cut in the hole. And a solid carry of 5 past the 40 to the 38. Exner doesn't have this, say, blazing speed, but he is a shifty runner and is patient. That is one thing that I've noticed if he's running to the outside or in the hole. He's very patient, picking his way. And he picked his way for 5 there, and a 2nd and 5 as we reach the halfway point of this 3rd quarter. Shotgun, and it's Exner again, waiting. Again, that patience paying off as he ducks under up to the 35. It set up a 3rd and 2, maybe a 3rd 1.5. With where that ball has been placed, I'd even give it a 3rd and 1 for Devils Lake. 4-down territory. If you're going for it on 4th and 2 at your own side of the field, you're absolutely going for it on a 4th and short in Central Cass territory. So a 3rd and 1 first as the ball is snapped, and it's going to be a handoff to the fullback up the middle. He got the first down on the carry for Devils Lake. Cade Fee. Clock just melting away. Central Cass, the offense, yet to hit the field in this 2nd half. Devils Lake doing a phenomenal job of methodically driving the ball down the field. Only a couple passes on this drive. mostly out of necessity. If you Coach Tom Lambrecht, I assume this is what you envisioned your offense being able to do. Methodically drive the ball down the field as it's a handoff again to Exner. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's past the 20 to the 18-yard line. Strong run by Brian Exner. Breyer, I should say, Exner. And a gain of 15. The Firebirds are in the red zone. Worth noting as well, Evan Wurzma came out after the first play of this half. Still has not re-entered this game. He is walking the sidelines, trying to work out what I have to imagine is a cramp on the lower legs as Palmer looks left, has a man, throws it that way, and it is incomplete. And Worth was the intended target on the far side of the field. Kind of a throwback look as Palmer rolled to his right. Worth had some separation, but he ran out of real estate in order to keep that separation away from him and the defensive back. I like the play design. And they went to the far side of the field for Worth. A little slow getting back to the huddle. I don't know. Again, cramping. Something to watch for as this game goes on. We always saw it with Wurzma. We might have seen it there with Worth, who runs up on the far side, right near his sideline. 2nd and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Exner, who tries to kick it to the outside, runs out of a Central Cass tackle, runs out of more tackles, and is finally shoved down up near the 10. They'll mark him down at the 11, so a gain of 7 on 2nd and 10. So a 3rd and 3 coming up, and now we've got another squirrel down on the far sideline, and again, it appears to be cramping for Central Cass. And the clock, there it finally stops. With 3:58 to go in this quarter, we will break as well. Your score on the Bake North scoreboard: Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 7. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
So the play for Central Cass coming off the field right now is Colton Cruchet. Colton, one of the tailbacks for this offense, also defensively listed as a star linebacker for Central Cass. And again, limping to the sideline, and he'll take a seat on the ground and hopefully work out whatever is ailing him. But a 3rd and we'll call it a short 3, long 2, whatever you want here for Devils Lake. Palmer puts Worth in motion. Snap is taken, and it is a nice handoff, or a better play by Central Cass in the backfield. Looked like Caden Graber in the backfield. Cade Fee coming across from what looked to be a tight end reverse of sorts. They faked the handoff to the left. Fee came around trying to go right. A loss of 3 sets up a 4th and 5. Boy, Graber, what a play by him on that 3rd and short. Now, Devils Lake has converted on 4th down already in this drive, but this one a little bit longer and a little bit more stressful if you're the Firebirds. We'll call it a 4th and 6. They got to get inside the 10 for a 1st down as Palmer puts Fee in motion, takes the snap, drops back, looks left, looks right, feels pressure, drops back. He's past the 25, throws to left. Has a man wide open who makes the catch. Yes, he hangs onto the ball. Inside the 5 for the goal line. No, the ball came free, but he was down on the reception for Devils Lake is Levitt. What a catch. And a 1st down for the Firebirds inside the 5. A gain of 14. Levitt was wide open on the left side, so wide open he almost dropped the ball. Tried to take off before he had secured possession. Shed a tackle, dove for the end zone, came up just short. Ball came loose, but he was down before he lost possession. And here we are, 1st and goal for the Firebirds at the 1. Palmer under center, takes it, goes right guard, dives forward, and he is waiting for the signal. Oh, boy. I thought I got one there, but I didn't see it. Go up officially, waiting, and there it is! Touchdown, Devils Lake! What a drive to open up this third quarter, consuming 9 minutes and 27 seconds of second quarter action. What a drive for the Firebirds, punctuated by the 1-yard touchdown from Palmer. It'll be Exner on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And with that, the Firebirds draw within a touchdown. Your score with 2:33 to go in the third quarter. Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 14. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
What a huge drive from Devils Lake. 2 fourth down conversions. Just a steady, monotonous drive from them. Up until that 4th and 6, I don't think there was a play that went over 10 yards for this offense. I take that back. There was one 15-yard run for Exner, but otherwise it was 4 yards, 5 yards. Solid run here, solid run there. And Devils Lake punctuates that drive with a 1-yard touchdown run by Palmer, his 2nd touchdown run of the game. And we have a brand new one, brand new ball game here with Central Cass getting the ball for the first time in the second half with 2:30 to go in this third quarter as the ball is taken and brought back by Pearson, who shakes a tackle but then can go nowhere past the 21-yard line as a ton of Devils Lake Firebirds converge on him and take him down. They'll actually place the ball at the 22. Now, one thing that just, I don't know if it got overshadowed or overlooked during that drive from my standpoint, but a ton of Central Cass players ended up on the sidelines looking to be cramping coming out of that halftime break. That was a long drive for the Central Cass Squirrels. And so probably 4 or 5 guys getting looked at on the sideline, trying to get some fluids inside of them. I think key among them is Wurzma, and I think if he's able to get back on the field defensively, that's going to be a big boon for this Central Cass defense. Meanwhile, they're going to hand it off over that left side. Looks to be some running room for Cruchet, and he's past the 35, past the 40, thrown down at the 44-yard line. A huge run of 22 yards. Make it 23 as they're going to put the ball at the 45 for Cruchet. And now we've got a Devils Lake player down with some cramping. So the run of 23, and immediately we've got to take a break as one of the Devils Lake defensive players down on the ground being attended to for some cramping. Got an update for you from Kindred. We're into the fourth quarter. Kindred still on top of Velva, Garrison, Drake, Animus. 7-6 is the score. 7-6 is your score. Kindred on top with 8:44 to go in that one. Kindred, though, looks to be preparing to either receive a punt or punt it away themselves. Looks like they're going to be punting it away early on in the fourth quarter there. One of interest for a lot of those listening or watching this game, I should say, Central Cass, just behind both those teams in the Class A rankings. Kindred number 1, Velva Drake, Animus Garrison number 2. Langdon area Munich, who Central Cass will play next week, is 3 and Central Cass is 4. A lot of great action throughout the state of North Dakota tonight, this game included. A 1st and 10 will be coming here as the Devils Lake player still being looked at. That's Worth, by the way, number 87 for Devils Lake, that's being looked at. On the offensive drive, there was a play to the end zone that looked like Worth maybe felt a little bit of tightness in the calf area on that play. Stayed in, worked through it, but now that has come to fruition. This is, again, something that is going to happen early on in the season. The fact that you have so many young men, or I should say the heat and the way it is working right now, and a lot of these young guys playing their first game of the year, first real extensive exercise of the year. The cramping is pretty consistent throughout his Worth. He's able to get up. He's having a tough time kind of walking off, so he has to be helped off the field with a couple of his teammates on either side of him. I would say with Worth, the same thing would be said for him if he has to miss some extended time offensively for Devils Lake. That you could say for Wurzma, who is still being worked on the sideline. It is the right calf for Wurzma. He's been trying to kind of work it out, walking up and down the sidelines. He finally called over for a trainer trying to stretch it out for him. He's an important piece to this offense as Forsberg coming in again, goes right past the running back, but the rest of the defense is there. Coming up to make the tackle is Will Heilman, as on the carry for Central Cass was Zane Blixt. Zane Blixt, a freshman, getting a carry for Central Cass, and then we're going to get a timeout for Devils Lake. Again, we've seen this a couple times. Devils Lake just not prepared defensively for how quickly Central Cass is moving. Central Cass forced Devils Lake to waste all 3 of their first half timeouts well before the end of that first half. I think there was 3:30 still to go, and we'll keep it right here with 1:32 to go. We will get into our timeout sponsors when we have an opportunity to break. But with 1:32 to go and a 2nd and 11 coming up, Devils Lake waste one of their 3 second half timeouts. Again, something to take note of. This is an offense that I think this is going to cause problems for throughout the year if defenses are not prepared for how quickly they are moving. And this is the tape that will be out there for your Langdons, for your Kindreds to be checking out as the season progresses. Central Cass wants to run, wants to go, wants to run, wants to go. It has been stops and starts. It has been big plays here. It has been long runs there, but then it's been your -1s. It's been your sacks. It's been just fits, if you will. Smoothing this out if your Central Cass is the goal. And to make it where, hey, we don't need the big play to score. We can do this in a 10-play drive. We can do this in an 8-play drive. Eventually they'll get there. Tonight, it's been the big play. And they're looking for another one here as the throw is over the middle. What a job on the outside. Breaking that up is Will Heilman. He's having a great series. Great last 2 plays. Came up with the TFL. And then he breaks up that pass intended for Anthony Garman. He was one-on-one on an island. Kegley saw him on the outside, was able to throw it out there, gave him a chance, but great job as we're going to get, I believe, a false start on Central Cass. They moved a little bit early, and there it is. Their first false start of the game is Central Cass's, as opposed to 7 from Devils Lake, but I'm sure the Firebirds have to feel relieved that the false start penalty isn't going against them for once. With 1:26 to go on the Bank North scoreboard, Central Cass up 20-14, but facing a 3rd and 16 here from their own 39-yard line. Here comes the pressure. Kegley is feeling it from the backside. He runs out of it, has some room, but then is taken down from behind. Great run down by Jackson Strong of Devils Lake. And we got another Devils Lake player down at the 43-yard line as Strong saved what could have been a first down scamper for Kegley. It looked like he had a lot of green in front of him. Strong, the junior, able to chase him down from behind and tackle him well short of the first down at his own 46. yard line. Another player down with 1:03 to go in this second half, or I should say in this third quarter, and we will take a break as well. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Back from that timeout, which is brought to you by Cass County Mutual Insurance. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Dan Gutterson, Reggie Funk with you on the broadcast. 20-14, our score on the Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass with the lead. Ball on their own 46, a 4th and 9 coming up. Kegley is the punter for the Squirrels. And right now in a pistol formation. Devils Lake was back to return the punt formation. Kegley will move his running back over, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. And it's thrown out to the left, has a man in it. Who else is it but Thompson, who grabs at that left calf right away as he comes up with the reception on a 4th and 9 at the 39. A first down, a 15-yard pass for the first down on 4th and 9. And again, we have another player down with cramping issues. But Jake Thompson able to come away with that one, and he's quickly up and off the field. And he's kind of walking around the sidelines trying to work out that cramp. Meanwhile, that 4th and 9 play, I was all in on them punting. But that's the benefit of having your quarterback be your punter. You can line up in that formation. If you don't like what you look, you could say, all right, we're going to punt it away as Kegley hands it off. Big hole up the middle for Crochet. He dances and then is cut down at the 30. Gain of 9 on that play. And it'll be a 2nd and 1 from the 30. Pistol formation. Kegley looks left, throws left, has a man wide open and dropped. Incomplete on the outside. Anthony Garman was the intended receiver. Palmer closed in on the coverage quickly. And Garman may have felt that pressure. Dropped the ball. Sending up a 3rd and short for the Squirrels offense. Palmer will look left, throw left, looking for some room is Pearson. He breaks a couple tackles, and he's cut down at the 25-yard line. That's enough for a first down for Central Cass, and will be the final play of the third quarter. Your score on the Bank North scoreboard: Central Cass 20, Devils Lake 14. We will be back with fourth quarter action from Central Cass here as you watch North Dakota football on your live event.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Your live event back here in Central Cass, the beginning of the fourth quarter between the Squirrels and the Firebirds. Central Cass with a first down on that last play. Will snap it from the 25 as Palmer throws it back to the lineman who throws it up, and it is incomplete. That was Plants looking to find Pearson on a trick play as Plants had gone behind the line. It was a lateral to him. A beautiful looking ball from Plants to Pearson, and Pearson had a one-on-one opportunity, but it falls incomplete, and it will set up a second down. Boy, Coach Hunter, Butler, I should say, I love the idea of going after it in that moment, coming out of a break, getting the kids re-energized. They'll set up, though, a 2nd and 10 as it's incomplete. Throw it to the left side, and it is, oh, hanging on, and there he goes. That is freshman Zane Blix. Touchdown! A 25-yard pitch and catch. I thought he was down at the 20, but Blix, the freshman, the youth, the pride, Central Cass touchdown. What a run for the young man. And Central Cass increases the lead to 12. Now some confusion on the sideline with Central Cass. They're trying to figure out what to do here. Plenty of time on the play clock, so no need to panic. 30 seconds to go. Boy, Central Cass now out another player, and here he comes. So they had 9 guys on the field. Still plenty of time with 17 seconds on the play clock as they get set. And now finally Coach Butler's got to call a timeout. You don't want to waste a second half timeout on an extra point attempt. But here we go. And you know what? I think a little bit of that can be blamed on the excitement. When you've got a freshman running for touchdowns, everybody gets juiced on that one. Zane Blix, a 5'10", 175-pound freshman, on a 25-yard pitch and catch reception really on that one. So 25-yard touchdown for Zane Blix.
That 25-yard pitch and catch reception from Kedley to Zane Blix for a touchdown brings the score to 26-14. Central Cass with a timeout.
And a really good way to respond for Central Cass to Devils Lake's score. Devils Lake took up a majority of that second quarter. And on a 2nd and 10 play, Blix, who had come in earlier in that drive to run the ball, shows up there. And, you know, with Central Cass, one of the things that they have as an advantage as a Class A school is the depth. But you don't really expect freshmen to show up and make plays in that manner. And Blix out here, incredible. That's fun. That's fun to see and fun for him and fun for the fans, as Blix the name to watch out for over the next 4 years. Now Central Cass will change their mind. It looks like they're going to go for 2 as Keegley looks to his right, throws to his right, and out throws Pearson, the target on the right side. Incomplete. Another 2-point conversion on good. But the score still 26-14, the lead for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Your touchdown t-shirt sponsors for the year, Legacy Learning, Jim and Jen Thompson.
2 second half touchdowns, 1 for each team. Devils Lake now in this fourth quarter. How many more series are they going to have? That is a great question. With the way that their offense moves the ball, they are not about urgency. They are about methodical and being able to move the ball on the ground. They still have plenty of time to do that in the fourth quarter. But a dang near 10-minute drive, you would expect that some more passes would find their way to the air for the Squirrels, or I should say for Devils Lake, on this next offensive series. Schmidt to kick off. Levitt will take it at his 15 over the far sideline and then rip down past the 30 at the 31. And that is where Devils Lake will start from, with Palmer Exner and this offense. The cramping has been an issue. Wiersma still not in for Central Cass. And more guys finding their ways to the sidelines, cramping up. That is the guy, to me, that is the difference maker for Central Cass. The inability for Devils Lake to run in that first half was largely because that guy just commands so many bodies. And right now, just not being able to be out on the field. And maybe it feels like I'm beating a dead horse, but the reality is he means so much to this defense. Until he comes back, you got to just, keep calling that out to say, hey, like, this is the reason that they're able to run. Can Central Cass find a way to stand up in that inside? But Palmer has plenty of time. He finds Worth over the middle. Pass past the 40. And again, cramping from Worth. So that is a pass of 8 yards. We'll set up a 2nd and 2, but we're going to have a timeout here because Worth is down with more cramping, and we're going to take a break as well with 11:09 to go in this fourth quarter. Your score on the Bank North scoreboard: Central Cass 26, Devils Lake 14. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Back here at Central Cass, the 4th-ranked team in Class A, the number 1 and 2, a heavyweight matchup to open up the season out in Kindred. It's 13-6 the score. Kindred on top, and it looks like they just got a turnover on downs with 3:19 to go in the fourth quarter. Kindred, if they can hang on, may be able to take away a huge Week 1 victory over the number 2 ranked team in the state. Meanwhile, Devils Lake trying to battle back against one of the top-ranked teams in Class A in Central Cass. A throw to the outside, a beautiful ball, had it on his man on the outside, just fell out of his hands, incomplete. And unable to see who that intended receiver was. It's far sideline. Looks to be Heilman, the intended receiver. Great ball by Palmer on just a go route on a 2nd and 2. Hit Heilman in the hands, but just out of his reach. In 3rd and 2 for Devils Lake from the 41. It's a short 2. They got to get to the 42. The nose of the ball is tickling the 41. So very close to the line to gain for a first down for Devils Lake, and they'll hand it off. Exner's got no room in the backfield, has to dodge squirrels, and then is ridden down at the 40. Boy, just did a lot of effort to get there, and then a late flag flies. And we'll see what the call is. Devils Lake players talking to one of their linemen, and we'll see what the call is. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct on Central Cass. And that penalty will move the ball 15 yards into Central Cass territory in what would have been a 4th and 2, and a big down and distance for the Firebirds turns into an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Squirrels. And just based on the kind of way that things are moving on the sidelines, it may have been on Brady Plants. As Plants, who has not come out of this game once, is on the sidelines, but he'll be quickly to be put back in, I would imagine. Meanwhile, on the 45, it's a handoff to Exner over that right side, picking his way for 2 yards up to the 43. So set up a 2nd and 8 for Devils Lake. Palmer has had a solid game, couple rushing touchdowns for him. Exner has really carried the weight of the offense. The running game has been spectacular when he's had an opportunity. And it's a fake to him. It's a handoff to Fee, and the counter has just not been there at all tonight. Not in the least. Cade Fee has not had any room to run. He has been met in the backfield by the wrong color red all evening. And that play has been run about 3 times for, I would say, -5 yards. And it doesn't work here, so it'll set up a 3rd and 8 for Central, or I should say for Devils Lake. Palmer and the Firebirds with under 10 minutes to go. Looking to move the chains. Looking to keep their hopes alive of coming from behind. They had faced a 13-point deficit to start this second half. They're down 12. Palmer, shotgun, takes it, drops back, throws left, has a man. It is caught out there by Heilman, who gets the first down, throwing out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 10 on a 3rd and 8, and another first down for Devils Lake. You can see how this team in Devils Lake is going to be a tough out. They run a very tight, I would say, offense. Not a lot of plays you see from them. Not a lot of fanciness. Some misdirection. But really, they're just looking to come out and hit you in the mouth. And Palmer puts Levin in motion. Crosses in front of his face. He'll take it. He'll hand off to Exner, who will bounce it out. Left tackle. Cuts it up past the 30. Past the 25. Pushed out of bounds. Oh, and then thrown late out of bounds. And there's the flags. Boy, those flags, I was waiting for those to come. I think they were waiting for that sideline judge to throw them. But, boy, there was a couple there as Exner got thrown out way late on that one. And so a run of, I would say 10. Tack on another, 15 at least. And, with the down and distance where they're at, I don't know if this is half the distance. It depends on where he went out. It looks like they had marked him out at the 23. So I think that's what the discussion is right now between the White Hat and some others, is that where did he go out of bounds? Where are they placing the ball? And then from the 22, that's going to be to the 11. And a 1st and 10 from there. And there they go. So 1st and 10 for Devils Lake. Exner, a solid run on 1st down, and then another 11 yards on top of that. The second 15-yard penalty on this drive against Central Cass as Exner tries to get to the outside. He's running through tacklers at Central Cass. A lot of work to gain 1 yard. And Central Cass, another player down after a 1 yard or no yard gain on that play. But we are going to get another injury timeout. Looks to be cramping. We will, with 8:42, keep it right here as this game continues to be an interesting one. You had Central Cass, which had benefited from the mental mistakes in the first half of Devils Lake and even into the second half, the 7 false starts for the Firebirds, really helping Central Cass stand up defensively. But here on this drive specifically, we've had an unsportsmanlike conduct on what would have been a 4th and 2 instead on that 3rd down play after a dead ball. That gave the Firebirds a 1st down late on that one, and then they followed that up after an extra run. He's thrown down near the track, another 11 yards tacked onto that, and it set them up with a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. So the Firebirds benefiting from some of the mistakes we are seeing tonight, or we're seeing on this drive, from the Squirrels. A reminder to make sure and stay tuned for the post-game show where we will have the Enbridge player of the game. We will talk to the winning coach and a player of his choosing. We don't get to choose the player. The coach gets to choose the player, either Tommy Butler or Todd Lambricht, whoever we will be talking to. If it was up to us, I think if you're Central Cass, we hope to talk to Jake Thompson. If you're Devils Lake, I'd love to talk to Briar Exner. That man has been a warrior tonight out of the backfield as he is back there right now with Palmer, who runs out to his left after taking the shotgun snap, looks to his left, looks back to his right, spins out of a sack. He's got some room. He throws it up to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! I believe, yes, they're going to give it the signal. What a catch, what a play. Mason Palmer to Will Heilman. My goodness, Mason Palmer. What a play from 10 yards out. And the touchdown makes it 26-20. And Exner will be on for the PAT. PAT is up, and yes, it's good. With 8:19 to go in this game, your score, Central Cass 26, Devils Lake 21. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
26-21. What a great game that we have been treated to here tonight in Castleton. Dan Gunnarsson, Reggie Funk alongside me. As Exner will kick it away. A high end-over-end kick. It is taken. Nope, it is dropped at the 10 by Crochet. And he's looking to get out of danger. Makes a nice cut past the 30 and then taken out of bounds near the 35-yard line. They're going to say he's out of bounds at the 34. Another injury update for you, and this one of maybe greater significance than Wurzma. Jake Thompson right now, no helmet. He's running up and down the sidelines. He has been an absolute weapon for this Central Cass offense. We're hopeful that he can get back into this game. But right now trying to work through, I would have to imagine, because it's been for everybody, some cramping issues. Just jogging up and down the sidelines. We'll keep note of that while Central Cass in a pistol formation, throw out to the right. That one is caught by Pearson, but he's going nowhere after a short gain of about 4 up to the 38-yard line, and will set up a 2nd and 6. So now you have maybe some more confusion on the outside, because some guys are probably playing in different positions with Thompson out. As Pearson moves around, Crochet in motion. It'll be a throw out to the right, and defensively, Devils Lake is there and there quickly. If there was a gain on the play, it's minimal. Maybe just outside the 38 to the 39, a gain of 1. If it is, it's a 3rd and 5. Let's call it a long 3rd and 5 for Central Cass. And a pistol formation again for the Squirrels. Kegley puts a man in motion. It's Blix. He throws out to the right. It's Pearson. He looks for the blocks. He's cutting back in. Spins out of a tackle, and there he goes at the 50. Cuts inside and cut down near the 40 of Devils Lake. What a move by Pearson on the outside. And we've got a Devils Lake player down at about the 40-yard line. That pitch and catch, though, from the 38-yard line all the way up to the 40 would be about a 21-yard pass play. Mark it down at the 41-yard line. So a great pitch and catch there for Pearson. A spin move to get out of that. He had some blocking in front of him. Just needed to make one man miss, and he was gone. And getting a crucial first down for the Squirrels. The last thing they want to do is give that ball back to Devils Lake with the momentum all on their side. We do have a final from Kindred. The final score, Kindred 13, Velva, Drake, Garrison Animals 6, and Kindred with the win, 1 versus 2 tonight. Big win for the Vikings in this region, of course. Over on this side of the state for Class A, will later in the season being taken on these Squirrels here in Castleton as the handoff is up the middle. A nice run. That carry by Jackson Haug, I believe. Number 22 it is. Another freshman in the backfield for Central Cass. Meanwhile, quick play and a sack in the backfield by who else? Forsberg. Not a sack, but a loss, a tackle for loss, as Haug on the carry is knocked down. So a 3rd and 10 coming up for Central Cass. Kegley takes it, throws out left, has a man, caught! Touchdown, Central Cass! Anthony Garman for 41 yards on the score. And Central Cass answers right back with a touchdown. 41 yards. It has been big play after big play for Central Cass and their offense tonight. This time, not Thompson. Instead, Garman coming wide open in the secondary. And it'll be a 2-point conversion try for the Squirrels. Kegley looks left, pressure, throws, gets rid of it, and open. Who else? Garman. 2-point conversion is good. And with that, the score 34-21, a 13-point lead again for the Squirrels. 6:23 to go on the Bank North scoreboard. Squirrels up 34-21 on Devils Lake. You're watching your live event, North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
34-21 on the Bank North scoreboard. A reminder that timeout was brought to you by Taupe Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan at Taupe Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That's 701-347-4045. And the boot is away as Forsberg lets that one go out of bounds. So Devils Lake will start with the ball at the 35-yard line with 6:19 to go. Again, player of the game to be interviewed after this one, brought to you by Enbridge. We will have a chance to get down and talk with the head coach of the winning team and a player of his choosing, not necessarily the player of the game. That coach determines who he would like for us to talk to after this is all said and done. Jake Thompson, by the way, a guy that has had a phenomenal game, but let's not forget that we're dealing with a sophomore making his first varsity start at quarterback in Kegley. And we've got touchdown passes of 41, 25, 53, and 76 tonight. Now, the 25-yard one, maybe that's a lateral. I don't know, but he's still got to get it out there. He has operated the offense well in big spots. And that one coming on a 3rd down as well for Central Cass, that last touchdown. Probably too early to call it a dagger, but one to definitely be paying attention to as Palmer finds his man out on the left side, or I should say his right side, down to the 40-yard line. Nice catch out there on the reception by Colby Levitt, I should say, Colby Levitt. So a gain of 5 on 1st down, and Devils Lake has hit the midway point, down 13 in this game. They have played a wonderful, wonderful second half. But defensively, they've had a couple miscues, some missed tackles and broken coverages. And while they've scored 14 points, they've also given up 14. And Palmer rolling out, almost threw an interception to Grady Link, who was right there on coverage with Levitt, who him and Aiden Thummel were having a conversation afterwards. Of good note, for your Central Cass Squirrel fans, Jake Thompson is back on the field defensively. Oh, we're going to get a timeout here by Devils Lake. We will break with them as well with 5:37 to go on the Bank North scoreboard. Your score, 34-21. Central Cass with the lead. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies, including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
That timeout brought to you by Cass County Mutual, which provides insurance products to all southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Also, shout out to our scoreboard sponsor, Bank North. Good sportsmanship as well, but we're saying sportsmanship is a valuable trait that goes far beyond the game. For Bank North, it is achieved by helping our customers pursue their dreams and financial goals, while supporting and improving our great rural communities. It's customers. It's values-based banking. To learn more, visit ibanknorth.com, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. 3rd and 5, Palmer takes a snap, looks, he's converged upon, just tries to get rid of it. Was looking for his intended receiver in Rylan Samuelson on a 3rd and 5. Looked to be that Will Heilman was open on that one as well, but boy, 3 Central Cass Squirrels bearing down on the quarterback. Tough to stand and deliver, and he was just getting rid of it to try and live for another day. He does. He lives for another down at least, and it's a big one. 4th and 5 with 5:32 to go. I'm going to say with confidence, this here is the biggest play of the game. A stop for Central Cass. You might as well give them the victory. A first down and a keeping up possession for the Firebirds, and they still have hope. Palmer takes the snap. He drops back. He looks left. He throws left. He has a man, and it is. Did he catch it? Sideline rep says, yes, he caught it. What a catch on the far sideline. It's Heilman. All the way out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 12 on 4th and 5. Move those chains, Firebirds.
Heilman on the reception. That's a gain of 12 yards on 4th down. Brings up a Devils Lake first down from...
What a pitch and catch. Heilman has had a couple of those sideline grabs tonight, including that 10-yard touchdown reception. And he keeps the Firebirds' hopes alive for a little longer as Palmer comes out of a sack. He stiffs arm another potential defender and then just throws it across his body to try and get rid of it as he is drugged down near midfield. Boy, Palmer, he's been fun to watch too, getting in and out of pressure to try and just get rid of the ball. And now we are going to get a timeout from Central Cass with 5:16 to go. Oh, we've got an official's timeout, I believe, because we've got more cramps on the field for Central Cass. And it's just been a constant, again, issue for tonight. There's a couple of things that, those that have, I would say, hydration issues, Noel would tell you pickle juice, funny enough, would be a really good solution to this. There's electrolytes, the salt that comes with that helps you retain water a little bit better. It helps you actually prevent from cramping. A long time ago, an NFL player by the name of Jason Witten actually sponsored or endorsed a pickle juice sports drink. I kid you not, you can look it up, but a pickle juice sports drink. The theory behind it, of course, to be able to help with cramping. At the high school level, IVs are just not a thing. At the collegiate and I would say NFL level, most of these guys at halftime in these kind of conditions, and I'm talking hot and humid, are getting IVs at halftime. And so this is just not a second half issue. But when it comes to high schoolers, and it's been both sides, it's water, right? That's really a lot of what they're going for. Not a lot of Gatorade on the sideline. They're preached water, 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 which is good. The problem is that we have a lot of what's happening now where it's guys are just having a tough time staying on the field because of the cramping and getting back on the field because of the cramping as well. This time, it's Colton Cruchet, the running back and linebacker for Central Cass, who has to be helped off the field. 2nd and 10 from the Central Cass 48. Put the ball at about the 47, I suppose. But a 2nd and 10 all the same. Shotgun formation for Palmer. He takes it. He's going to hand it off to Exner, who has room up the middle, past the 45, dragging Squirrel defenders with him to the 42-yard line, and a gain of 5, bringing up a 3rd and 5 for Devils Lake. Again, 2-down territory here. You're going for it on 4th down. You're down 13. There's no questioning that. Touchdowns. Really what you want to put yourself in a position is to not have to try an onside kick it. You don't want to be scoring too late. You want to give your defense a chance to have a ton of field behind them. With 4:40 to go, still plenty of time to do that, although you're down a timeout as Devils Lake has 2 in the second half, not 3, as Palmer throws it out to his left, and that ball is caught again. Heilman. Boy, he has had one heck of a second half. As that reception goes up for 7 yards and a first down to the Central Cass 35, and with it, too, stepping out of bounds, stops the clock with 4:31 to go. Shotgun formation again for Palmer. He's heading into the south end zone for the Firebirds. Plants, puts pressure. He throws it out to the left, looking, and it is intercepted out there. And who else? Jake Thompson. Picked off at the 3 with 4:23 to go, and Jake Thompson may have just called game.
That's his second interception of the night, Squirrel fans.
Boy, Jake Thompson, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's doing it all. Palmer going for the home run in that situation, a little ill-advised. We're not, under 2 minutes to go. I don't know what he saw on that sideline. Not only did Thompson have perfect coverage over the top, but the corner was step for step with the intended receiver. Central Cass now inside the 5 at the 3-yard line, will be in the pistol formation. Thompson, who jogged over to the sideline, not out for this offensive series, and now we're going to get a false start on Central Cass. So Central Cass will be inside the 2 at the 1.5-yard line, since they are at the 3. A little bit closer to the end zone. I guess if you are a glass half full kind of guy in Devils Lake, you're putting yourself in a position, if you're Central Cass, to be bottled up in the end zone. And that is just, did he get the ball outside of it? He did. Heads up play by the running back. That's Blixt, who pushed the ball outside of the end zone. He reached like he was going for a touchdown. Instead, he's just trying to save it from the safety. That's a huge play and a heads-up play from the freshman, because you get down a safety, that's 2 points, and then the free kick. That's tough. Play clock finally starts. Kegley kind of looking around, just waiting. It looks like Coach Butler's going to get a timeout here as he runs up the sideline. And Kegley takes it, throws it, and it is picked up by Forsberg, ran in for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. Brody Forsberg with a pick 6. And Devils Lake like the Undertaker. They're back.
Interception returned for a touchdown by number 33, Forsberg.
What a miscue for Central Cass. With 3:36 to go, the Firebirds get a gift. A touchdown and an extra point pending from Exner. Down, up, and good. No, it is no good. He pulled it left. Yeah, 3 Central Cass players run into each other, attempting to block the kick. All 3 are still down on the play. Helps, though, because the extra point was missed. I think they had to cause some confusion on that. With 3:36 to go, still a 7-point game. 34-27, your score on the Bank North scoreboard. We will break. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Since its beginning, the Central Cast Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cast High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cast Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcastboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Homegrown Local Radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a four-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like, every time I go to a meeting, like, everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Say goodbye to boring birthday parties and corporate events and say hello to a supercharged celebration at the Empire Sports Complex in Fargo with their epic bounce houses that's guaranteed to have your guests jumping for joy at the Empire Sports Complex. Their bounce houses are the ultimate party starter, but don't wait too long to book. Go online now to empirefargo.org. That's empirefargo.org or call 701-318-4161 for your next birthday party or corporate event. The Empire Sports Complex in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Leslie, or Carol to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors on their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Jim, and along with Bernie, we're inviting R&J Broadcasting Incorporated listeners to join us on a tour of the Hawaiian Islands, February 22nd through March 3rd. The Big Island will be part of this trip, while taking in the breathtaking views of Oahu, the Big Island, and Maui. Enjoy the perfect balance between scheduled activities mixed with personal leisure time. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ to learn more about this tour, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
Back here on your live events broadcast of North Dakota High School football, and a tough scene had just played out here at the Central Cass field. A Central Cass player took a tough tumble during the attempted PAT block and stayed down for an extended period of time to the moment they brought out the stretcher and had to cart him off the field. We'll work to try and get the name of that individual or not. We may just leave it at that. There is a Central Cass player, unfortunately, who in a tough situation. So prayers for that team and that family. And we have to try and finish a football game with 3:36 to go at 34-27. Devils Lake will go with the onside kick. And it goes 10 yards. It's recovered by Devils Lake. A flag flies. I'm curious as to why the flag went. Boy, Devils Lake recovered after 10 yards. There's got to be a discussion here. I don't know what the 10 yards is for. Or, I mean, I don't understand what the flag is for. So we'll figure this out. That went 10 yards. It was free for Devils Lake to touch. So we'll see what the call is. A false start. A false start on Devils Lake. So a 5-yard penalty pushes it back. So the 8th false start for Devils Lake. And they're trying to get an explanation as to how there was a false start on that play. It was a beautiful kick by Exner. I mean, it went the 10 yards it was supposed to. Central Cass is a little caught off guard. I mean, nobody touched it. They didn't go and try and get it. It was high in the air. So they got to wait for the whistle. Whistle goes. Well, not yet anyways. Now we can go. Exner. Little squib kick, and then it's picked up nicely by Central Cass at the logo at the 48-yard line. So Crochet with the recovery and 3:24 to go, as Central Cass will come back out and try to put something together over the next 3:24 to come away with a victory, which frankly feels a little bit of a secondary prize at this point, just based off the previous player's injury. But here we go. From the Devils Lake 48, Central Cass, 3:24. Snap taken, and it's a throw behind the line. That's a live. Oh, they call incomplete. As Pearson, it was thrown behind him. And it was incomplete on the play. That looked dangerously close to a lateral. I thought for sure that might have been a live ball, but it is called incomplete. And that brings up a 2nd and 10. This is an interesting strategy from Central Cass to stay in this offense. They've ran the ball maybe 4 or 5 times this entire night. And we got a flag. We're going to get a false start. And we are. False start on Central Cass. Moving back 5. Boy, that clock cannot hit 0 soon enough for Central Cass. It'll set up a 2nd and 15. Now on the 47 of their own 47. They need a play. They need something positive to happen and have it happen soon. And here's a handoff up the middle and nowhere to go on the run, and a helmet comes off. Fans looking for a fan. There it is. Boy, a late flag comes flying in as the running back, Aiden Thummel, lost his hat. So he has to come out of the game. And there's a personal foul face mask on Devil's Lake. And I guess out of all those things, there's the positive. But boy, that was a late flag thrown by the near judge or the referee on the near sideline. And I can understand where Coach Lambrecht is a little fired up because there was nothing coming. It looked like there was supposed to be a face mask penalty called. 2-3 seconds went before the flag was thrown. My only guess is that with these referees and the way that they're set up, I would assume a personal foul should be an automatic first down. I guess a personal foul is not an automatic first down. So the clock will run as Central Cass hangs on to it. And because of the loss of yardage and then the false start, the 15 yards moves it up to a 2nd and 1, but I'd have to check on that one. And now we're going to get another false start on Central Cass. This has just been a mess of a series. And it'll set up a 2nd and 6. We'll check the rule on personal fouls when we get a chance. Odd that there isn't an automatic first down on that, but I don't see anybody on the Central Cass sideline freaking out, so I'm probably in the wrong here. So and I've been wrong plenty of times in my life, so I'll take that L if that's the case. Even so, 2nd and 6. The clock still continues to run, and that false start not the worst thing because with the clock running, it's extra time off the clock for the Squirrels. That's an extra 30 to 40 seconds that they don't have to run a play, even with the false start. And they'll run it. They'll snap it with 16 seconds to go on the play clock, and they'll throw wide open man. Oh, my goodness. The dagger in the hands of Noah Tholks, and he drops it. Right off his fingertips. Kegley talking with his head coach, Butler. .206 to go, 3rd and 6. It has been an interesting end. This has been an interesting series for Central Cass, to say the least. Kegler on a 3rd and 6. First down here would go a long way to ending this thing for Central Cass. So he looks to the sidelines. Puts Blixt in motion. We'll throw it out to him. He gets the ball. He's running to the sideline. He cannot shake a tackle on the outside. Great grab out there by Easton Encinas, the sophomore, a name we haven't called at all tonight, with a huge tackle for no gain as Blixt caught the ball. With a minute 57 to go, the Firebirds take a break. We will too. Your score, Central Cass 34, Devils Lake 27. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Ego, and Craftsman Power Tools. Plus, Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting and paint mixing section for your own do-it-yourself projects. From their grill selection with Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to their customer laser engraving center, Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Back here on your live event, confirmed that personal foul, not an automatic first down when it comes to the face mask that had happened previously in this drive. And it's a big clarification to make because it set up a 2nd and 1. The false start moved it back and a couple incompletions. And here we sit at 4th and 6. Central Cass with the ball at the 44-yard line. And the Squirrels have punted a couple times. And you got to remember, towards the end of the first half, there was a punt there by Kegley that went right into the hands of Exner that was a bit of a disaster. put the ball inside the 20 for Devils Lake, and so I can see if Central Cass would maybe not want to try and punt here. Oh, there's a false start. You got a freshman in the backfield in Mason Blix, or Zane Blix, I should say, who's had, pardon me, that's not Zane, that's Jackson Haug. He's had, him and Jackson have had good games as freshmen, but that false start pushes it back 5, and now you got to punt here if you're Central Cass. I think in 4th and 6 on the Devils Lake side, or your side, pardon me, the Devils Lake side of the 50, you're not punting. I can see where that becomes a conversation. But in this instance, at 4th and 11 now with the ball near midfield, you got to punt. Confusion reigns for the Squirrels as the formation, they get in place, snap taken. Kegley will punt it away, and the ball taken on a bounce by Devils Lake. That's Levitt, who's converged upon around the 25, and that's where Devils Lake will start out with 1:45 to go, down 7 in the 4th quarter. Jake Thompson playing safety. You know that he's roaming around out there, a guy who's had a couple interceptions, one that we assumed was going to be the dagger until Kegley threw a pick 6 and a touchdown return. Gave it a 34-27 PAT, was no good. Deficit for Devils Lake. They have the ball now. They have to travel 75 yards in 1:46. I believe they've got just one timeout left. So here we go. Buckle in, folks. We're in for a wild ending here from Caston. Palmer takes a snap. He throws to his left, has a man in, cannot connect. On the outside, looking for Heilman, who has been his go-to guy in the second half. Plants, who has put pressure on all night long from the outside, was there again on Palmer. And Jake Thompson has got to come off, and he's got to hustle off, or else Central Cass has got to call a timeout. Jake Thompson, he's going to tough it out. Nope, and we're going to get a timeout from Central Cass. Had to call it. Jake Thompson again. He's trying to grit it out. He has been cramping all second half. It has been very tough for him to stay on the field. Just really trying to battle through those things tonight. You got to commend him for the effort, but I think at this point, if you're Coach Butler, you got to take him off the field because he's causing issues for your secondary. Obviously, you need him to be out there if you want to. You feel like he should be out there with how your defense is set up. He roams center field so well for you, but in this moment, you need a safety who can run. You need a safety with wheels. The last thing you need to be is caught in a situation where somebody gets behind the defender. And I think they're going to make that substitution right now. They're talking to him. So Thompson does come out as the sideline huddles are braked. Right now it's Noah Tholks, the senior. He has come in for him. Your safeties are Pearson on one side, and unable to see on the far side. That might be Grady Link, as Palmer has a throw over the middle, has a man, and he overshot him. Oh, my goodness. Kobe Levitt was open over the middle. Easton Holland actually is the other safety on that far side. Grady Link out there as well. But Levitt had gotten, I believe, on a linebacker kind of over the middle. Had an opening, a little cover too, but those safeties had gone over to the sides. So it created an opening at the middle for Devils Lake. 3rd and 10 at the 25. Couple incomplete passes. The clock's barely moved. Devils Lake takes a snap. Palmer steps back. Plants puts pressure. Plants is right there. Can he get out of it? He can. He throws it, and it is incomplete. No! He caught it! He caught it on the sideline from our vantage point. Boy, it looked like there was no way he's catching that inbounds. However, it is brought in on the reception. It is Worth, the senior, with a gain of 11 and a first down to the 36. I was convinced That was going to be incomplete. I didn't see him get a foot down from far away. My eyesight is terrible as it is, but boy, that looked like he caught it and was driven out of bounds before he could get a foot down. Great play by Worth, who now lines up close to the Central Cass bench. Palmer, shotgun formation again. Takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his right, steps up, has pressure. Ball is, how did he hang on to that ball as he goes down in the arms of many Squirrels? Down at the 32-yard line, a loss of 4. The clock continues to tick. Graber comes up with the sack, a huge play on first down. Devils Lake huddling up, no urgency whatsoever for this team as the clock goes under a minute. Oh boy, there's a flag. They were not set, and they're going to stop the clock. Boy, I don't really understand how Devils Lake is just lollygagging out there, because that's the term I would use for it. Nobody's running to any position. They're not getting set. You're down 7, and a false start is called. Give it number 9 on the game for Devils Lake. Coach Lambrecht is beside himself. He can't understand how this team was just walking up back to the line of scrimmage, to the huddle. Not a great look for Devils Lake in that moment. And the clock continues to run. Palmer takes a snap, steps back, he throws. No one's looking, and it's picked off! Grady Link with the interception. And finally, we can say Central Cass will come away victorious. The senior defensive back who saw the ball the whole way, the intended receiver, never looked back for the ball. Palmer had to get rid of it in a hurry. And the interception will effectively end it. Central Cass will come out, take a couple knees, and a hard-earned victory for the Squirrels to start the 2024 football season. A big victory for Central Cass, who will have to snap it at least one more time. Oh, nope, there's the play clock as it resets, and that's it. The Squirrels are going to go away with the win, 34-27, your final from Castleton. What a game, whatever, for both teams. Playing their hearts out. Devils Lake, no reason to be upset about their effort tonight. A great effort from the Firebirds. It just ended up being too many self-inflicted penalties for Devils Lake to overcome, and Central Cass, their first victory of the year, they come away with the W over Devils Lake, 34-27 over Devils Lake. We will take a break. When we come back, our post-game show from the Central Cass field. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to talk to the head coach and a player up in during the post-game show after this one and get their thoughts and reaction to this win. Central Cass victorious 34-27. We'll take a break. When we come back, the post-game show on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street at I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop, and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial, and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Dan Gutterson back here on the post-game show. We will be joined by head coach Tommy Butler and a player from Central Cass on this post-game show. But before we do that, we just want to make sure and announce our Enbridge player of the game. It's a pretty simple one on our end. It's Jake Thompson. A phenomenal first half for that young man. A couple long reception touchdowns, one of 53 yards, another of 76 yards. And then he backed that up with a couple interceptions, including a late one that, for all intents and purposes, looked to be the game ender. Central Cass would throw a pick six and keep this thing in the balance for a little bit longer. But Jake Thompson's effort tonight, not only offensively but defensively, is the reason that we are naming him the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Make sure to visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we will visit with the head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, Tommy Butler. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
For one night and one night only in 2024, the world of outlaws NOS energy drink sprint cars are invading Red River Valley Speedway. Gerdau presents the Duel in the Dakotas on Saturday, August 24th, bringing the greatest show on dirt to the West Fargo, North Dakota Oval for the only time this year. Gates open at 4 p.m., racing at 7:30. Tickets at slspromotions.com. Be there.
At Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks, they make sure your vehicle gets the best standard of care to get it back on the road as quickly as possible. Lonnie and his team are some of the most highly trained in the industry. With state-of-the-art technology and superior products, your vehicle will leave in great condition. With their drive-in claims area, the process is smooth and easy. Let Abra Auto Body and Glass in Grand Forks provide you and your vehicle with premium care and attention. Open 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. Abra Auto Body and Glass of Grand Forks.
Homegrown Local Radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
I love my decision. I love the smallness of it and how close everyone is. Some of my other friends went to a 4-year school, and I'm going to be done before them, even with 2 degrees and for a lot less money. My name's Casey, and I'm here for my future.
First week of college, I can't tell you how many friends I've made. It's a family, you know what I mean? Like every time I go to a meeting, like everyone knows my name. They're always kind to me. I love it. I can't explain how much I love it here. My name is Junior, and I'm here for my future.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
Back here on the post-game show, I'm joined by senior Jake Thompson, the Enbridge player of the game. Lucky enough to get him on the post-game show. Jake, you had one whale of a game. 2 interceptions, 2 long touchdowns. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball first. What did you guys, or at least what did you kind of notice offensively that allowed you on the first one to get behind the defense, catch the long ball, catch that touchdown?
Mm-hmm. Well, we just talk about our speed is our scheme this year. We don't really kind of adjust to the defense we're playing, especially in the first week. We don't really know what they're going to do. And they're a good team. I got to give them credit there. They beat us in the mouth as much as we beat them in the mouth, and I just want to give props to Devil's Lake. So
yeah, the speed was on display in that second touchdown. Seemed to be just a simple kind of comeback route, and then you took off. I mean, talk us through that play.
Little curl route. Kind of got hung up in the inside, and I thought I was going to get popped by a linebacker or something, and I kind of turned around and just had a miss on an arm tackle, and then kind of tried to turn the burners around the 40 and almost tripped. But, anything to score a couple points on the board and help my team. So.
Yeah, and you helped your team defensively, too. 2 interceptions. Let's talk about the second one. I think everybody up here in the booth thought that was game when you made that second interception. What was your feelings after taking that pick?
I just saw that solo side receiver, the quarterback likes to peek over there every now and again, so I just kind of cheated it, played his eyes, and then was lucky enough to get a foot or 2 in bounds. So
yeah, no, great athletic play. You guys had a lot of cramping throughout the game. You were a part of that group that was cramping. What was going on? Were you guys just like slamming pop before the game? What was the deal?
Well, there's this baseball player who used to play for the Blue Jays that said, "Monkey never cramp." I didn't eat enough bananas throughout the week. So same with the rest of our guys. Again, it was hot tonight. No dodging that, but we got to be a little more prepared come next week. So that's partially on us, especially me and another guy being a captain. We can't let our team down that.
A lot of Gatorade. Somebody's backing up the Gatorade truck tomorrow to you guys. But hey, a well-earned victory, hard fought, and next week it's Langdon. So absolutely. Looking ahead a little bit, but that's a team that knocked you out of the playoffs last year. A little extra incentive, and just looking ahead a little bit. What's your kind of thoughts going into that game?
I think we're just as excited as they are. We get to go back up there, which is nice, and I think both teams will be happy to play on a nicer field this year. As we know, we had that snowstorm last year that kind of wasn't the greatest, but I think both teams are excited to play each other, kind of get a rematch going. So.
Yeah, should be a good one. Jake, I appreciate you taking the time and spending it with me here on the post-game show. Jake Thompson, the wide receiver and our Enbridge Energy player of the game for tonight's contest. And that's going to do it for our broadcast here on your live event. For the team here. Why can't I think of your name? Reggie Funk, and Dan Gunderson. It's been a long night and everybody, this is finally the end of it, but a good victory and a good game for Central Cass as they come away victorious 34-27 for the Funkmaster. I'm Dan Gunnarsson saying thank you so much for watching the broadcast and have a wonderful rest of your night.